At Camden Yards, nearby their brand new stadium, which will open next year. For the time being, some of the crazies are enjoying this final year at Memorial Stadium. Eagles have won the toss, selected to receive, and Matt Stover will be kicking it away. You mentioned earlier the Eagles special teams by and large have been a disaster.
Yeah, you know, and if they can just keep from killing the team like they did last week, hey, you know, you want them to make a play, make something happen, but don't do what you did last week and completely take your team out of the game. And, you know, we talk about it. This is November. Both of these teams 4 and 6. You know, everybody mathematically still in it. The guy who loses this one, though, his road to the playoffs gets a lot harder.
Get a look at Ray Rhodes, 47-year-old native Texan, and 66-year-old Franklin, Pennsylvania native Ted Marchibroda, hoping his team can rebound. Both these clubs coming off terrible losses last week.
And it is
about the Eagles to the Niners, and of course these Ravens to the Steelers.
Excuse me, Tom. It is windy down there. We see the ball coming off that tee. This is one of these stadiums opened in, old baseball stadium. That wind will swirl on you.
Stover bangs it away, and Deuce Staley from his own 8. Out across the 20 to 25 and tackled at the 27-yard line by Kim Herring. Philadelphia offensively, the first NFL start for 25-year-old Ohio State Buckeye Bobby Hoying, a third-round draft pick in 1996. Up front there are changes. Crafts gets the start at right guard. Ian Beckles is injured. And again, Joe Panos out at left guard. Bubba Miller the start. Waters and Turner in the backfield. Fryer and Timpson the wide receivers. Jimmy Johnson the tight end. First play is a starter for Bobby Hoying, and he hands to a man he'll need today, Ricky Waters, and nothing there. He may be picked up a yard. Defensively for the Ravens, a young group. McCrary and Burnett the end, Siragusa and Jones the tackles. You have a pair of rookie starters at linebackers, Sharper and Boulware out of Florida State. Ray Lewis, his second year from Miami. Daniel and Langham the corners. Jones and Moore the safeties. Six defensive backs check in on a 2nd and 8. And a little delay to Waters. And he dives ahead out to the 34-yard line, tripped up by Boulware.
When you have a young quarterback in the game, first start for Bobby Hoying, there's so much pressure on him. I mean, he's got his family here. Everybody's had 20-some calls on his message machine in one day. Everybody wants to talk to you. The thing you can do is start him off with a run game to get him comfortable. But one thing Bobby's got to understand, he has help. He shouldn't try to do everything all at once and not try to do it all by himself.
3rd down and 4. First pass of the game for Hoying. Steps up, throws, but shot down is saved. And he appears to be shy of the first down. The tackle made by Antonio Langham. And it's 3 and out for Hoying and the Eagles.
There it is, just a nice, safe pass. A good tackle on the outside to stop the first down. And this is where the Eagles need to play better, the special teams. Time and time again, whether it's been on a punt, a kickoff, whatever, there's been either a penalty or some kind of major breakdown that's led to a big play for the other team.
James Rowe back receiving the punts today. Injured is Jermaine Lewis with a bad ankle. From his own 17, Rowe brings it out across the 25 and stopped right there, so better coverage this time by Philadelphia.
Yeah, Joe Wessel, the special teams coach, you know they spent some overtime hours this week trying to get that thing together.
Baltimore offensively led by 11-year veteran Vinny Testaverde, was intercepted in each of his first 3 possessions last week in the loss to the Steelers. Big offensive line highlighted by Ogden at left tackle. And in the backfield, Graham in place of Morris to start. 3 receivers set generally, but today Rowe and Jackson the wideouts, the tight ends Green and Kinchin. Derek Alexander not in the starting lineup after missing some meetings earlier in the week. And this is Graham, the rookie out of Tennessee, and he's up the middle across the 35, a gain of close to 6. The Eagles defensively, Mamula, Jefferson the ends, Hall and Thomas in the middle. Darling gets the start in place of the injured Darren Smith at linebacker, joining Thomas and Willis, and a secondary banged up all year. Demery and Vincent the corners, Dawkins and Zordich the safety. They'll run it again, and again it's Graham, a big hole off the right side, and he has first down yardage out to the 43-yard line.
Tom, this is a team. The owner came out last week after the Pittsburgh game and publicly said that is unacceptable. We cannot get beat up like that. That creates a whole new sense of urgency now for the players and the coach, and you can kind of feel that walking around their facility this weekend. I mean, if there was ever a situation where Baltimore's going to come out here and try to make things happen and really put the pressure on, this is it right now.
Well, you talked about the big advantage up front. 2 runs and a first down on 2 plays for the Ravens. And now Testaverde to throw. Hooks up with tension on the far side of the field, close to midfield. A gain of 4, tackled there by Thomas.
You know, we talk about that sense of urgency, and it all starts with that guy right there, Vinny Testaverde. Went to the Pro Bowl last year. Started off okay, a passing team doing well, passing even now number-wise, but he's hit a bad spot here. That's Don Strock, the quarterback coach. You know, last week he opened up 3 interceptions right out of the box. He came out of the game. He has got to start better than that. That's the key if they want to pass the ball. But don't forget about their ability to run it either.
And they're going to run it again, and again it's Graham. Not much room this time as he's in to Philadelphia territory to the 49. Will bring up 3rd down. Graham, a 3rd-round selection out of Tennessee, the 3rd all-time leading rusher in Volunteer history. And a lot of people cooled on Graham. He ran for over 1,000 yards his junior year, but when Peyton Manning came on board last year, Graham got 100 fewer carries his senior year than he did his junior year. But they like him a lot.
Yeah, and things changed up a little bit with Jermaine Lewis out. They went to more of a 2 tight end set from a 3 wideout set. 2 tight ends, that implies run.
3rd and 3, and Testaverde back to pass. Good protection finds Graham, and Zordich, he opened.
Great tackle. That is a money tackle right there. And you know what it does? It gets your defense off the field. If Bobby Hoeing has an ally today, it is the defense. They can make life easy on him by creating a short field and making big plays like this. Just a dump pass, but now you got your guy in position. Watch Zordich break down. It's not always pretty, open field one-on-one, but he got the man on the ground, and now they got a punt.
Well, Zordich just an outstanding player. And now it's Greg Montgomery, the quote-unquote Dennis Rodman, if you would, of NFL players. Has the dive here, the earrings, low snap. He handles it well.
Can he get this one to dive?
He did it before the game, Ronnie. It's unbelievable. Greg Montgomery does not have a touchback all year long. The only punter in the NFL to make that claim. No score from Baltimore.
The world is filled with obstacles, boundaries, and limits. Ignore them. Introducing the completely reinvented 205 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo.
Oh, free beer.
I gotta warn you, boys, those seats are taken.
By us.
Okay, I warned you.
Excuse me, those are our beers.
Excuse us. We should have known these were yours.
You being that rugged outdoor type and all.
Shit, couldn't you see him hiking through the Rockies, climbing snow-capped peaks like some great American hero?
Who do you think you are, John Wayne?
No, that would be me.
Yeah, right. I'm Ben Cartwright.
No, he's over there.
Anything we can do for you?
We was just about to buy a cold one for the Duke.
Don't make a point of saying that too often, and once more will be too often.
Coors Light for the house!
Like this little fracas is about over.
Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Isuzu, builders of the completely reinvented 1998 Isuzu Rodeo. Isuzu, go farther. by Frost Brewed Coors Light, who reminds you the 3 most important words are, hey, beer, man. And by the irresistible taste that makes you say, did somebody say McDonald's?
Well, as the day continues to grow cloudier, the lights turned on in Philadelphia in a world of hurt in terms of field position to begin this second drive under the direction of Bobby Hoying. They start from their own 2. Waters in motion and Hoying to throw from his own end zone. Safe pass out of the backfield and a nice open field tackle. The ball was down. Rondell Jones making a stop on Charlie Garner.
This is the exact thing that Ray Rhodes is talking about. You know, having to go the long field, not getting good field position. Now, that's no fault to the special teams there. There's not much you can do about that great punt by Montgomery. But look how far they got to go. I mean, I'm looking at an awful lot of green here.
There it is.
Whew.
97 yards to be precise. 2nd and 9. And again, Hoying a short drop. Fires across the middle. Hanging on was Fryer, and he took a lick.
Now you see what Bobby Hoying did right there. He steps back. He loses his first read. He went to his 3rd read, I think, inside. He spent some time and looked around. That shows an awful lot of poise. Watch Bobby Hoying here. Watch where he looks. He looks to the right, looks to the left, and then comes back inside. That's outstanding. I mean, you're talking about a big pressure situation down by your own goal line, and this kid has the presence of mind to make those kind of decisions. That's what you want. As long as he doesn't have that mistake early and hurt his confidence, he's got a good chance.
3rd and 3. Short drop. Hoying converts on the 3rd down. The pass complete to Jimmy Johnson. And Bobby Hoying, Ray Rhodes told us yesterday that Hoying has a tremendous rapport with the other players. He said the other players like him a great deal as a guy and obviously as a quarterback.
Well, the thing about it, the guy walks into the meeting room yesterday and you can just feel it. I mean, he's got a lot of confidence and a lot of poise. He seems very relaxed back there and very in control. 4 for 4 ain't bad starting out your first start, pal.
No. Nearly lost the exchange from center, and not much room to run that time for Ricky Waters. Waters coming in as the 7th leading rusher in the NFC. And of course, he's a free agent at the end of the year, and that's been talked about a great deal in Philadelphia as this season continues to roll on. Will Waters be back or won't he?
Well, you always got that number 30 standing next to him, and I'm not sure. I look at Garner come in there sometimes, and I say, yeah, he should be the guy. Then other times, Ricky makes runs, and his stats show that he should be the guy.
He lost a yard, 2nd and 11, Hoying in trouble. Down he goes. Jamie Sharper picking up the sack.
Hoying was able to get rid of it 2 times before. The pressure too much now. We talked about some changes in the offensive line. This is what Bobby Hoying is looking at down the field. And you can see right inside, good pressure by Siragusa. He's the one who starts it all. Siragusa has been a leader on this team, and when it comes to playing on the field, he does one thing. He gets inside and in your backfield fast. That's called A-gap pressure in the quarterback's face.
3rd and 19. And they're going to hand it off to Ricky Waters. Breaks it to the outside, but across the 10, well shy of the first down. Tripped up by the rookie Cornell Walker.
You know what they did? John Gruden, the offensive coordinator, and Ray Rhodes, they said, hey, we're going to give the kid some throws, some nice, safe throws. He made a couple good decisions, got the sack. We'll run this ball and punt it out of here. We're not going to have that costly turnover down our own end zone. That's what they're doing.
See the numbers on Hutton.
Coverage is huge now for the Eagles.
And they made a change in one of the flyer spots on the outside. Randy Kinder is out there for the first time in an Eagles uniform as Hutton kicks it away. Short kick. Rowe will catch it, bring it inside the 45, steps his way out of the sideline at the 40, and great field position for the Baltimore Ravens. 5:27 left, opening quarter, still no score.
You're all set. Have a pleasant flight. Great.
Here you are, sir. A 2-door spec.
Spec?
Junior Executive Suite.
Supersize me.
Sure, what would you like?
I don't care. Just supersize me.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Hopping out there.
Go farther. Go farther. 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 The completely reinvented 205 horsepower Isuzu Rodeo.
Not sure what to watch? It's no secret. The best night on TV starts with the world's funniest. Hosted by James Brown, tonight at 7, 6 Central.
On Fox, NFL Sunday, it's a war in the NFC East. Terry Allen and the Redskins look to pound Big D, while Troy Aikman and the Cowboys try to avenge an early season defeat. Don't miss all the action.
Down the field they go. Get him deep. Get him deep. Deep. Down the field. That's your dodger. Yo, he missed it. Sprint. You got it right over.
Now that's how you get a wide receiver open, baby.
It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. The Redskins battle the Cowboys later today.
McTire here in for Kinder right here. Deuce Staley. These are the gunners on the outside for the punt coverage. They have to get down by the punt returner if you have any success of stopping the return. You see your boy over here on the left. He's getting worked over pretty good. Sometimes you got to make it an early day. Cut your losses and get off the field.
Yeah, Ray Rhodes told us that Randy Kinder would be in one of the gunner positions today, but not so on that punt. Jay Graham carries the football inside the 35, down to the 33. Baltimore looking for the first points of the game. That's a gain of 4.
Tom, you know, the average starting field position, that's been one of the killers also for Philadelphia. And right off the bat, you can start that ball around midfield. Life is easy in that playbook if you're an offensive coordinator.
Testaverde on a 2nd and 6, lost dangerously towards Derek Alexander, incomplete. Right now, McDonald's game break time. Let's return to JB at our Fox Television Center.
Tom and Ron, 4th play, game-opening drive for the Packers. Take a look at Favre. Screen pass to Dorsey Levens. Watch him follow his blockers. Good move, good speed, 56-yard pass play. Sets up a 3-yard TD pass from Favre to Levens. Packers on top, 7-3. Back to Tom and Ron.
What a race here in the NFC Central. Green Bay, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, all playing extremely well. A big third down here for Testaverde and the Ravens. 3rd and 6. Testaverde steps away from trouble. Towards the 30, still on his feet, and he's shy of the first down as Brian Dawkins came racing up to wrap him up and take him down.
Give that credit downfield to the Eagles secondary. They're all over it. He stepped in the pocket. He had some time, but nobody's there. Look at the coverage over here on the left side. That's Troy Vincent, 23. Nice job of running with the crosser there. Michael Jackson, he's got that bicep. They're just playing zone, man underneath, and they got help on top. You see that? That's called a trail technique. Excellent job downfield.
Well, it appears here on 4th down, and a little better than 2, that Ted Marchibroda has already made the decision. He's going to go for it down at the Philadelphia 30-yard line.
Looks like one of the officials might be a little dinged up. One of them took a hit earlier on that punt.
Sure did. I think it was the field judge, Bobby Skelton, who was shaken up a little while ago. We'll step aside. 4th down upcoming.
Ace or 3/4?
10 millimeter.
My favorite.
The all-new Mazda truck. Pure truck.
At True Value, we've got all the decorations and gifts you'll need to get your home ready for the holidays. Anything else that might help?
Santa!
Keep the holidays charged up with these Duracell batteries. Just $236 or $288. True value. It's Christmas and help is just around the corner.
Hey, Annie. Hi. Love the hat.
I need it.
My hair's a disaster. Look at my dandruff. That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
What's Springfield's most eligible bachelor doing in Marge Simpson's bedroom?
Can you feel the love?
Secrets revealed on a brand new Simpsons tonight on Fox.
Larry Nemmers, the referee, has to leave the field. The side judge, Ken Baker, will take over now as the referee.
Well, they had a little powwow down there. They were trying to get it together. Little huddle, line everybody up. Now they had to make a substitution.
4th and 2 at the Philadelphia 29-yard line.
It's a long 2. He might be trying to just pull him off.
Yep, that's what he's doing. Spends a timeout. They're going to send the field goal unit out.
I didn't think Ted would be trying to do that one.
Well, a moment ago when Larry Nemmers had to leave the field, our Fox sounds of the game joined all the officials and
got the
their
kicker and everything. Yeah, and they got a right-footed kicker. He's got left.
Situation here, but I don't think they're going to kick.
Well, they might kick a field goal.
We got to have a side judge over here.
Yeah, that's Boris.
Don't fuck it up.
All right.
Hey, they're all over it.
And they're taping up the left ankle of the referee who started the game, Larry Nemmers. Ken Baker, as we mentioned, started the day as the side judge, and now he just takes off the black hat and puts on the white hat, and Larry Nemmers has no hat.
He may have to go on the inactive list.
IR.
Might be on IR. Jerry Siemens now got a little situation on his hand.
Well, they originally started to send the field goal unit out. Testaverde spent a timeout, talked it over with Ted Marchibroda, and they will go after all on 4th and 2.
They're going. It's a long 2.
Quick strike to Michael Jackson, and he has the first down and more. Jackson towards the end zone. Touchdown, Baltimore.
The corner fell down up top. They just threw a quick opener, and actually at the time that Jackson caught the ball, the corner's on his feet, it would have been tough as to whether or not he would have made the first down. Right up top, that's Demry. Look at, he's still not even in the picture. And now he's been slipped again. And a good job by Jackson of knowing a corner slip and then trying to make a big play out of it, and makes a big play out of it.
Stover for the point after. 7-0 Ravens. They were shut out last week by Pittsburgh, but Michael Jackson, a 29-yard touchdown reception, 7-0 Baltimore.
Pantalon.
Hey, she says nice pants. There's a
Dockers. Khakis. I'm looking for a man who's really a man. A man who's at home in the great outdoors. Someone who'll build a dream house in the mountains. And who loves wine and French food.
The all-new Mazda truck. Pure truck.
Are you ready for some paintball?
I am the most efficient killing machine the world has ever. Ow.
A brand new King of the Hill tonight on Fox.
Green Bay Pack, bring the noise. Cowboys, big guns, fast runs, cheeseheads, code red, big time intimidation, maybe some retaliation. Bet your Brandon deal, gonna put on quite a show.
What a spectacular play!
Can't miss this.
This is unbelievable.
Foxman.
Yeah. The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Mazda. Come see what happens when a car company has more engineers and fewer accountants. Mazda.
7-0 ball game. Baltimore in front. Michael Jackson, first time in the end zone in almost 2 months. And his 45th career touchdown reception. 7-0 Ravens. Stover, another very short kick. Deuce Staley met immediately as he gets to the 28.
Let's go back to the touchdown real quick here. I'm not sure why Charles Demery, he's at the top. Watch what he does. He backs off. Now the first down marker is right there. See that separation? That makes the play. Everybody else is up in bump and run coverage. Now it's just a matter of getting guys to run to the football, and a good job by Michael Jackson. 4th down. A long two, like I was saying for the first time. I think you want to stay up in the bump and run coverage. You don't even give yourself that chance to slip down.
So now Bobby Hoying, and this is his first NFL start in a 7-0 hole. And he drops back to pass. Down he goes. Michael McCrary. And remember, Philadelphia offensively allowed 8 sacks in the loss to the 49ers last week. 3.5 by Stubblefield.
Part of the new looks are trying to give him. McCrary's going to loop all the way around. He's right there, 99. And see, they catch up Mayberry inside all that stuff. That's a nice little stunt, a nice little changeup. And we talked about some of the problems with the guards they've been having with Philadelphia. Last week, Bubba Miller, Crafts in there, first time. See there the amount of sacks given up.
And already 2 allowed today. Charlie Garner, not much room out to the 23-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and almost 17. Herring and Burnett on the tackle. Larry Nemmers up and moving around.
They're telling, all right, walk it out, walk it out. Come on. See if you can get it loose. Nemmers knows this is the NFL. Got to play in pain sometime. He's hurting, but he's going to try to get it out.
3rd and 16 for the Eagles. They need to get to the 39-yard line. Say in motion. They're coming after Hoying. Dodges trouble for the moment. Looking down the field, he'll lead it himself. Take a knee and 3 and out again for Philadelphia. No one apparently getting open.
Not a bad decision, but Hoying's got to learn to get on the ground. Tell you what, the way things are going here, Tom Hutton, he may be a very valuable person in this game for the Eagles. He's got to drive that ball out of their territory and put it as deep down the other side of the field as he can.
James Rowe standing back at his own 25 and another short kick. Rowe at the 32 loses a handle.
Oh, I think he got lucky.
He may have gotten it back.
Oh.
He did.
The punt return, God saved him.
Well, again, Rowe stepping in for the injured Jermaine Lewis, who generally returns punts for the Ravens. So he doesn't have a whole lot of experience back there.
Whenever a guy drops a punt, he doesn't look it in. Watch his head. See, he was looking at the coverage at the last minute, and that ball slips right down through the inside of his stomach. And, of course, the way things have been going for Philadelphia, they just couldn't get this ball back. That would be too much good stuff for them on special teams. And they got guys all around it. But, you know, Tom, that goes back to coverage. That's why you got to have a lot of guys down there on the ball and covering, because if something like this happens, you increase your percentage of recovering the fumble. I only saw 2 guys down there.
Vincent in motion on a 1st and 10, and a busy man already today, Jay Graham. He's out to the 33, a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Star Trek, Tuesday on Fox 2, legendary Captain's Unite in the greatest battle of them all. Don't miss the network premiere of Star Trek Generations. Tuesday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on Fox. I know you're a big sci-fi guy.
Yeah, but I know you're not a Trekkie. I can look at you. You're not a Trekkie.
Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I'm not against it.
I like being here on Earth a little bit more. In Baltimore, where it's cold and windy and all that good stuff. Football weather. Testaverde, good protection. Looking the long ball to Jackson, who's got it. Or does he? Yes, they're saying the ground caused the fumble, and livid is James Garland. All the way down to the 28-yard line.
I'm wondering where the safety was. Troy Vincent's hanging on the outside shoulder like he has help inside. Boy, that's just a good throw. And Vinny Testaverde does a good job of leading him inside. Now let's see if he catches this ball. His knees down, but they're bringing it back.
Yeah, they're saying now very late
the question is possession, exactly. Ted Marchibroda's giving him an earful. The question is possession. He's got to show possession of this football and come down 2 feet solidly. You see right there? No, that's a good call. That's a good call. He never had possession. Vincent came around the outside with his arm, actually the inside, and kept him from tucking that ball away. He never really firmly had a good grasp on it with 2 hands. Great play by Troy Vincent.
So a 40-yard gain wiped off, and now it's 3rd and 9. Testaverde again to throw, and through the hands of the intended receiver, Derek Alexander.
I don't know what kind of cleats Demery has on, but that's the second time he's slipped coming out of a break. And a lot of players have talked about how good this field is. It's part synthetic and part real grass. Watch Demery up here. This is just a deep comeback. Then the ball hits him on top of the head.
Well, Alexander, we mentioned earlier, missed a couple of meetings this week, so he's slightly in Marchibroda's doghouse to begin with. That will not get him out of it.
No, those aren't the type of plays that help your case.
Greg Montgomery. In Philadelphia inside the 2 with his last punt. But this guy can kick. Signaling for the fair catch at the 19-yard line, Freddie Solomon, and that's where the Eagles will put it in play. Now, we talked about Montgomery, referring to him as the quote-unquote Dennis Rodman with the different hair color. He's got the earrings. You see the fingernails are painted. That's a very handsome look.
And then he's got the tongue bar.
I've never understood that. Have you?
No. I was hoping you could explain it to me.
I've heard some different explanations for it.
So have I.
None which I think we should talk about right at this time.
I concur.
Yeah. First down, Philadelphia. Charlie Garner trying to break it to the outside, crosses the 20 out to the 21-yard line. Pushed out of bounds there by Ray Lewis. Pick up of 2, it'll bring up 2nd and 8. You know, you talked about at the beginning how important it was for Hoying to get help in his first NFL start. And right now, Philadelphia very ineffective running the ball to set up the pass.
Well, that's a big problem because that's how you help a guy like this get his first start. But when you don't have a Chris T. Jones in on the other side from Fryer, a deep threat, a legit deep threat, people are going to squeeze down 8 men and try to snuff you.
Hoying has already been sacked a couple of times. Drops it off to Garner out of the backfield. What a move by Garner. Very close to the first down. Needed to get to the 29-yard line. Tackled by Siragusa. That'll be the final play of the opening quarter. 29-yard touchdown pass. Vinny Testaverde to Michael Jackson. The only points thus far. You're watching the NFL on Fox.
For years, you've heard the debate.
Duracell.
Energizer. Which battery lasts longer?
Duracell.
Recent tests prove that Duracell outlasts Energizer. Better make it the alkaline battery proven to last longer. Better make it Duracell.
Bob, Joe Gaddy. I want you to know where we are in this deal. Well, Leo, Joe Gaddy.
Across America, more people use Cellular One than any other cellular service.
Yeah.
Okay, Dad, you can use the phone now.
Oh, okay. Thanks, honey.
Listen up. I have been to the edge and back, and I will tell you what I've learned. What I have learned is you don't need outer crust.
Introducing the Edge Pizza from Pizza Hut, a new pizza with no outer crust, so the toppings go right to the edge.
Mushroom right to the edge. Pepperoni and sausages right to the edge. I have been to the edge and back. Join me.
16 pieces of pure pulchritudinous toppings. Have you been to the edge?
I rolled the dice for $8.
I unloaded my Tonka for $12.
Get the lowest commissions possible with Ameritrade. Internet trade for $8, touch-tone trade for $12, or trade with a broker just $18 no matter how many shares you trade.
We went to Club Med for $18.
Plus, your first 5 trades are commission-free when you open an account. Call 1-800-592-7542 or visit our website. Ameritrade. Smartest way to trade, period.
Bobby Hoying, his first NFL start. Most interested spectator is standing by with our Steve Davis. Steve.
Thanks very much, Tom. Yes, this is Werner Hoying, Bobby's dad. It's been quite a weekend for you. You started Friday driving up to Bowling Green to see your daughter Molly play volleyball. Then in Columbus yesterday watching your son, a tight end for Ohio State. And now chartered a plane this morning over here to watch your son Bobby start his first NFL game. What's your impression so far?
Well, it's pretty exciting. We got to get some offense going here, but looks like they called a pretty conservative game start, not to get his feet wet. So hopefully we can keep this drive going.
What did Bobby have to say this weekend about playing in the game?
He was really excited. He was glad he got a chance to play Monday night, get some of his jitters out of the way, and that first sack and first touchdown and first couple passes. So he was really happy to get that out of the way, and I'm sure he's excited this morning.
Well, enjoy the football game the rest of the way. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Let's send it back to Tom now.
Steve, thank you very much. Charlie Garner, a gain of 8. You know, you talk about Bobby Hoying, a third-round pick in '96. He was a second quarterback selected in that draft. Tony Banks was the first. And he didn't go until the second round. The 42nd overall pick was Banks. Boy, Hoying had some spectacular moments at Ohio State, and boy, did he play with some horses. Hands it off, and whoa, clothesline right at the line of scrimmage was Garner. Very close to a first down.
There's a look at that 8-man we talked about. If a team doesn't think that you can beat them downtown, they're going to sneak a guy up on you. There's a safety coming in real late. And that's an 8th guy. All it means is that that's another guy that you have to try to account for. And a lot of times offensively you're outnumbered. But once again, it goes back to the fact that when you don't have deep threats and people don't feel threatened deep, they're going to take the safety gamble on them and get them involved in the run game early.
Gardner able to pick up the first down. So back-to-back first downs, and they're blitzing Hoying. And he drops it off and slightly overthrows Chad Lewis, the tight end. Those two hooked up for Hoying's first touchdown pass late in the fourth quarter last week against San Francisco.
That ball's got to be caught. I mean, you know, we talk about what the Eagles need. They need plays. They need people to step up and make some big plays. And that's one of the things Ray Rhodes challenges this team with this past week. He said, I'm tired of the hard effort and all that good talking stuff. I need somebody to make a play.
Gardner getting the football and not much room to run. He picks up maybe 2, tackled there by Burnett. It'll bring up third down. We were talking about Hoying and some of the weapons he had playing for Ohio State. I mean, imagine this if you're a quarterback on that team. In '94, they had first-round selections, Joey Galloway and Corey Stringer. A year later, 3 first-round picks off that Buckeye offense. Ricky Dudley, Terry Glenn, and the Heisman Trophy winner, Eddie George.
You're not an Ohio State fan, are you?
Well, Hoying had some weapons. 3rd and 8. Hoying in trouble. And down he goes. Fulware from the outside. Just beat Barrett Brooks.
Yeah, both tackles were pretty much scorched around the outside. Now Fulware right here, hey, he's a linebacker. He's going to come around the outside and just really beat Brooks right off the starting gate. I mean, he never had a chance. One thing Jon Gruden, the offensive coordinator, said, incompletions, not always a bad thing, and not always a bad thing here to take the sack, get off the field, punt the ball. The turnovers are what will kill you faster than that.
Hutton booms this one for the first time today.
Huge kick.
All the way back at the 6-yard line is Rowe. Pretty good return as he brings it out across the 20. And they'll spot it at the 21-yard line. Boulware, 4th overall pick in the draft, having a solid rookie season.
Messages.
Tom Jr. got straight A's.
Business info.
Boss called me a genius.
Entertainment scoop.
My favorite song, #1.
Sports updates.
My team 3, your zip.
Whatever you want is in the new Motorola Wordline pager. Personal messages plus news, sports, and entertainment.
Hi guys, what's new?
Oh boy. Visit Best Buy to see the exciting new Motorola Wordline pager and a selection of quality Motorola paging products.
On Fox, NFL Sunday, our pregame team heads to the soon-to-be-frozen tundra of Lambeau Field to preview the pivotal Cowboy-Packer matchup. Then, Chris Carter leads Minnesota's mighty attack against New York, while the resurgent Jets look to strike down the Vikings.
Yeah! Ha ha! The milkman loves the road games. Yeah!
Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Saturn, a different kind of company, a different kind of car. By American Express, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. By Duracell, when it better work, better make it Duracell. And by Motorola, with a Motorola pager you know now. Motorola.
After an early injury to the referee Larry Nemmers, the officials are now officially straightened out. 1st and 10 from the 20. And the give is to Jake Graham. And the rookie runs into a swarm of white jerseys for maybe a gain of a yard. Larry Nemmers is back in there after getting his ankle tended to on the Baltimore sideline.
Nemmers knows in this league you can't sit out too long. You got to get back on the field.
He goes back to the side, Judge.
Short-lived. Got to make your plays when you can.
You know the old story about Wally Pipp and Lou Gehrig. Step out of there, you may never get back in.
You may never get back in. That's why I don't ever want to leave the booth.
2nd down and 9. Testaverde throws and finds Eric Green, the big tight end. A 1st down out to the 32. Right now, McDonald's game break time. Our main man, James Brown in Hollywood.
Tom and Ron talk about frustration. The Giants, 4 running plays inside the 5. This is how it ends. Arizona doing the job defensively. No score in the 2nd. Back to Tom and Ron.
I'm telling you, man, this division is so hot right now. You know, Philly can cry in their beer if they want to, but they're a win away from being right back in the mix. That's what they got. It's a big picture. That's what they got to remember.
Graham took a hit from Mamula at the line of scrimmage, was able to break away from that, but is dropped for a loss of 3 by William Thomas.
Ray Rhodes said, I am not worried about our guys inside being tough. I'm talking about these 3 guys down inside. Thomas on one side holding the ground, and they get penetration, and that's what stops that play. That lets guys like Thomas Willis come around and make the play. The only thing he said I'm worried about is Mamula matched up on Ogden in a speed situation because of the size. But I think they learned their lesson in that Jacksonville game.
Well, they put Richard Dent in for Mamula that time, and they set up the screen, but it didn't fool anybody. James Darling had it read all the way. It'll bring up 3rd down and almost 15.
Boy, this is a nice picture here. Jonathan Ogden right there going up against Richard Dent. The young stud versus the old pro. I think Dent said, you know what? I'll take this one off. He'll do that to you, but Ogden better not go to sleep. Well, how about Ogden? He's a very confident guy. He said, hey, I can't get beat unless I just mess up myself. I don't think there's anybody out there that can beat me. He highly contests whether or not Caselli is the best left tackle in the NFL.
3rd down and 14, and Testaverde with good protection. Dumps it off to Graham. He has a long way to go, and he's not going to get there for a 1st down. 3
They get shut
14
down.
and didn't get nearly that.
They get shut down early there, but here's that matchup again. Watch the brick wall here that Dent kind of faces, even though he gets the hand on the face mask. That is just strength there. You're talking about a man that's 6'8", 313, and that's with his helmet on. When he takes his helmet off, he's got that hair going.
Got the fro going.
Yeah, he said, I'm about 7 foot.
He's a big fella.
And the thing that makes him good, he moves his feet well. It's all left tackles good.
Montgomery punts it away. Slick move made by Solomon, but then covering quickly. Baltimore, and he's out to the 20-yard line. Benny Thompson getting down the field as he generally will do.
Ever since I can remember, Jake did things his own way.
Nobody believed him when he said he was going to surf the mountain.
Snowboarding will never be as popular as skiing.
Yeah. Why do I use the card? I spent my whole life doing things my own way. American Express never questioned it.
My grandson's a cute kid, but one tough businessman. Hey, buddy, how much to fix my car?
Upfront pricing. What do you think this is, mister? That new GM Goodwrench Service Plus?
What a kid. Got upfront pricing, plus a lifetime guarantee on parts and labor, plus courtesy transportation. New GM Goodwrench Service Plus. The little guy was right.
The plus means better.
Call for the select GM dealer near you.
Why is a detective from another network tracking down space aliens on Fox? Because it's the only place he can. An all-new X-Files, tonight at 9, 8 Central.
Full attack, Green Bay Pack, bring the noise, Cowboys, big guns, fast runs, cheese heads, code red, big time intimidation, maybe some retaliation, bet you Brandon Deal gonna put on quite a show.
What a spectacular play.
Can't miss this. This is unbelievable. Foxnet.
Yeah. The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week.
Well, we're back in Baltimore where Bobby Hoying makes his first NFL start at quarterback today, and you can see the field position has clearly not worked in Hoying's favor thus far. A couple of times they've been pinned back inside their own 15. First and 10 for the Eagles from their own 21.
Here come the backers.
They're coming after Hoying. He gets it away.
Adjustment.
And the catch is made by Kevin Turner, and he's out to the 27-yard line. Hoying picked it up.
That's a nice adjustment there. You got two backers inside hot, right inside. Lewis comes, Sharper comes, and look at this. He checks right down to his back. Those are little things that tell you the kid is on his game. He didn't seem too worried about the play. He said, well, we'll let you know, if things change, but he didn't seem too worried about, the blitzing and the different looks and all that stuff.
They pitch it to Ricky Waters, who's been very quiet. Got a great block from Turner, and he's very close to a first down. Turner stepping up there and putting a knock on Ray Lewis, the middle linebacker, and Turner will do that to you.
As long as they can keep that nice, even distribution going, a little pass, a little run. It's one thing, this is a West Coast offense, okay? And a lot of people say Bobby Hoying is a downtown, strong-arm passer. Well, he's got to fight some different things here. A lot of reads in that West Coast offense. A lot of checkdowns. So far we've seen some short routes. Maybe that one to the tight end that was dropped was the longest, but a big third down here.
3rd and 1. Ravens crowd the line of scrimmage, and they read it beautifully. Rob Burnett wraps up Kevin Turner, and Philadelphia denied on a 3rd and 1 by the Raven D.
Rob Burnett just had to beat his man inside. That's the only way you get that kind of quick penetration. Right in there. Watch this. Yep. He beat Brooks right in the inside. Knowing the ball is going to be run inside, you think the lineman would want to have more urgency about protecting inside. That's just good quickness by Burnett.
Again, Hutton on the punt. Already his 5th here in a quarter and a half.
Ooh, that sounded like he kicked a brick.
Low line drive takes a Philadelphia bounce, and it's down to the 15-yard line by Randy Kinder. We brought up his name earlier. Picked up from Green Bay, former Notre Dame Fighting Irish running back.
The debate.
Duracell. Energizer.
Which battery lasts longer?
Duracell.
Recent tests prove that Duracell outlasts Energizer. Better make it the alkaline battery proven to last longer. Better make it Duracell.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call. And this is the Norelco Reflex Action Razor. Anything closer could be too close for comfort.
Some people are learning quite a lot about brakes these days. But what they may not know is that AC Delco has brakes for just about everything on the road. From Fords to Chryslers to Hondas to Toyotas. So, no matter what they drive or how they're driving it, they can trust AC Delco to put a stop to it.
Two legendary captains unite for the greatest mission of all. William Shatner, Patrick Stewart, Whoopi Goldberg. Star Trek Generations, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central.
Randy Kinder, 43. Now, he's got single coverage. They're expected to beat this down the field. And this is a bright spot for the Philadelphia special teams because he forces the catch here. He downs the ball himself. Great play. They need more of that.
First down for the Ravens, a 7-0 lead. They begin this drive from their own 15, and Testaverde back to throw. Good protection finds Graham, who's getting a lot of touches here today, but covered beautifully by Darling for a loss of a yard.
They started off with a couple nice runs early in the first series. In the first quarter, they look like they've sputtered quite a bit. They came out, they wanted to start out in that 3 wideout package with Jermaine Lewis in the slot. He's their speed guy. He really splits the defense. They weren't able to do that. They went to a 2 tight end situation. He's got that ankle. They deactivated him.
Graham again, and he's out across the 17 to the 18-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and long. We have not seen Byron Bam Morris, who of course missed the first 4 games of the season after being suspended, but over the last 3 weeks, Bam Morris has been the leading rusher, second leading rusher in the NFL, second only to Terrell Davis of Denver. But no sign of Morris, who is bothered by a bad toe. 3rd and 7. Testaverde just throws it away. He was under heavy pressure from Rhett Hall.
Nice job by Hall. Loops around, makes pressure.
Well, we're talking about Bam Morris. Steve Davis has more along the sideline. Steve.
Thanks very much, Tom. Yes, Bam Morris missed a lot of practice time this week. Jay Graham, the rookie, got plenty of time. I think some of the other players were impressed by him. This is the most time for Jay Graham since Bam was out at the beginning of the season from the suspension. No word on whether Bam Morris is going to get any time today, but he was not deactivated for the ball game. Tom?
All right, Steve, thank you very much. Montgomery punts from his own 4 and a low line drive. And fooling around back there is Solomon, able to scoop it up. And he is run out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Another near disaster for the Eagles special team.
Every once in a blue moon, something new comes along that scrambles your preconceptions and turns out to be a whole new omelet. Like whoever thought you could say luxury car and fun in the same sentence? Well, we did. In fact, we said it in one word. Catera. A proud new addition to our luxury family. It's the caddy that zigs.
Important email, sir.
Wilson, this system does connect all our offices?
39 countries, sir.
At a cost of?
Over 4 million.
And it is meant to turn us into a lean, mean global machine?
Yes, sir.
But instead it tells us that some person called Corky in Denver is giving away kittens.
Kittens, sir?
My name is Anthony. Anthony. I make it to midfield and back in 9.7 seconds. My friends think I'm lucky. I just think I'm fast.
I'm the long snapper for the Minnesota Vikings. It also comes in really handy around the house.
Hey, Mike, the trash truck's here.
Oh, perfect.
Honey, what are you doing?
Oh, just putting out the cat. Here we go, Timmy. Hang on.
Fox NFL Sunday, next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
No kitties were injured in the filming of this spot.
The highlight of every telecast for Ron Pitts, our Aflac trivia question. Which two current NFL coaches were traded for one another in their playing careers? Which two current NFL coaches traded for one another back in their playing days? Give you a moment or two to think about that. For a change, good field position for Hoying and the Eagles beginning from their own 41, trailing 7-0. Little delay and not much room there for Ricky Waters, maybe a gain of a yard. What have the Eagles done so far in this first start? Their second-year quarterback Bobby Hoying.
And believe it or not, I think they're happy with that. I really do, considering the situation, considering the fact that they've got a guard that didn't play well and starting in their own part of the field. And then they're making another substitution with Krafts on the other side at guard and a quarterback start for the first. I really think that they're not too anxious to go ahead and air it out yet.
Coming after Hoying on a 2nd and 8, and it's dropped by Solomon.
See, that's the kind
of flag comes in late, or didn't? No, they were just spotting where the incompletion was. Pardon me, Ron.
That's the kind of stuff that has killed this team. You can talk about, well, maybe Detmer's off and then maybe Pete's off and all this. You go back to that Monday night game, you count how many passes were dropped. A ton. There were times when balls were right there, and there's another one. That's just concentration. And what that does is that takes you from a 3rd and maybe 4 or 3 to back now to a 3rd and a long 8.
And for Solomon, it goes from being on the field to standing on the sideline.
A no win for everybody.
3rd and 8, blitz coming on Hoying. They pick it up, but down he goes.
See? You know, you push that team back just a little bit more. McCrary now really not happy with his sack total coming into this game. Had 4 coming in. Last year, the guy had 13.5, tied Bruce Smith. He's on the outside, working against Mayberry. Look at the rip move. What do you say to Bobby Hoying? Do you say, do you chew him out when he gets to the sideline because he pulled the ball down and didn't have anywhere place else to go? No, because if he throws the pick, then everybody's going to blow up. There's nothing there. Line up, punt the ball. Looking at Pops there. I like it. Every dad is an offensive coordinator.
Vern Hoying made the trip from St. Henry, Ohio, the Hoying's hometown. And Hutton with 4:30 left until halftime punts for the 6th time. Handles a low snap. This is returnable for Rowe. And across the 30 to the 32-yard line, getting
There's
down
your guy.
the field is Kinder.
Great coverage. Hey, this guy could end up being a great pickup. Now he's going against double, okay? It's not single anymore. This is tough to beat, but this is what he has to do. Now he runs out of bounds. They got to let him back in before they hit him again, but he outruns both guys and then makes the tackle. Those are plays. You can blame the special teams coach if you want, but sooner or later, players have to make the plays, and that's what it comes down to. This is just how Joe Wessel drew it up, trust me. It's up to the player to execute it. There's Joe Wessel right there. Giving Kinder some kudos back behind the bench.
4:19 to play until halftime, and to give us to Graham, who finds room off the right side, and he carries out to the 38-yard line.
Charles Denry tripped him up.
A lot of offense in this game. We're being facetious.
A lot of punts. I think it's a nice chess match here. Everybody knowing how critical this game is in the grand scheme of things. I think each guy has told his quarterback, hey, pull it down. If you don't see what you want, we'll punt it and live another day. Meanwhile, I'm liking this Graham.
Oh, yeah, already 9 carries for 34 yards.
One of those tough, low to the ground, hard running guys.
And here he comes again. And he appears to be about a yard shy of the first down. Well, tonight, Why is this dog in a tailspin? Does Marge have a new husband who will be the ultimate paintball warrior? And what brought Mulder and the lone gunman together? An all-new X-Files. All these secrets will be revealed tonight starting 7 Eastern, 6 Central, right here on Fox.
See that guy getting pelted with the gun in King of the Hill?
Oh, yeah.
We feel like that sometimes. Just getting machine gun.
About every week.
Look at Ogden there. You see the size of him with everybody else in the huddle? Look at that. Oh, man.
You got to yell at him if you're going to talk to him. You got to take a break before this 3rd and 1.
Green Bay Pack, bring the noise, Cowboys, big guns, fast runs, cheese heads, code red, big time intimidation, maybe some retaliation, venture Brandon Deal, gonna put on quite a show.
What a spectacular play.
Can't miss this. This is unbelievable. Foxman.
Yeah. The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week.
3rd down and a yard. 7-0 Baltimore in front with 3 minutes to play until halftime. And they're going to give it to Graham, who has the first down as he carries to the 43.
Everybody talked about this team getting away from being a passing team, coming into this game 2nd in the NFL passing the football. But I think what's happened is they've had some injuries at wideout, and then they've had a couple games here in the rain, real bad weather games where all you want to do is line up and run the football in the one-back set with Bam Morris. But this kid today has really stepped in and done some good things.
Graham already 11 carries. He had a total of 36 the entire year coming in. 3 receivers set for Testaverde. Throws a safe pass. Reception made by Derek Alexander. He stays in bounds. Clock continues to run as he crosses into Philadelphia territory to the 48-yard line, and that'll take us down to the 2-minute warning.
They're trying to scream face mask there. There's a reason he didn't get out. Looks like they're not going to get it.
So we reach a 2-minute warning. Baltimore on the move with a 7-0 lead.
I hate machines. Sorry, Rosie.
Why don't we go to the new Sprint store at Radio Shack, George? They have Sprint's easy-to-use products.
And the know-how of Radio Shack.
They even showed Astro how to use his mobile phone.
They could even help you, Mr. J.
Astro has a mobile phone?
Well, oh, Rhonda. The new Sprint store at Radio Shack. You've got questions, we've got answers.
Every once in a blue moon, something new comes along that scrambles your preconceptions and turns out to be a whole new omelet. Like whoever thought you could say luxury car and fun in the same sentence? Well, we did. In fact, we said it in one word. Catera. A proud new addition to our luxury family. It's the caddy that zigs.
We gotta cut Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson? Absolutely.
I'll send him in.
What? Hi, Bubba. It's not that you're not good. You're too good. Is it hot? Free agent. Just throwing it out there as an idea with no meaning. Bubba. Bubba.
Not going anywhere for a while?
Master of your own destiny.
Grab a Snickers.
Those are great shower shoes. They're comfortable, they look it.
Ally McBeal, Monday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
A reminder coming up on the Dockers Khaki Halftime Report. JB and Terry will bring you scores and highlights around the league, plus the Fox Sports Ticker will bring you up-to-the-second statistics. That's all coming up on the Dockers Khakis Halftime Report. We have not seen that man today, Bam Morris, the leading rusher for the Ravens coming into play today. It's been all this guy, Jay Graham. He has another first down to the Philadelphia 42, stopped there by Willis.
They're going to have to be efficient with the clock here. 1 timeout remaining. You know, a score here obviously helps Baltimore a lot, but for Philadelphia, it just puts more pressure on Bobby Hoying coming out to want to put the ball in the air.
Catch is made, but staying in bounds was Derek Alexander. Clock continues to roll. We mentioned Baltimore only one timeout left. They had to spend a couple early in the half. And there you see Philadelphia, all 3 of its timeouts. Second down, Zordich comes after Testaverde, who throws complete to Jackson.
Wow, what a stiff
arm.
arm.
Out of bounds, but doesn't.
Whoa, his knee hit. He put the stiff arm there on Vincent and dropped the knee.
Clock continuing to roll. Another first down to the Philadelphia 29-yard line as we close in on 1 minute remaining.
Well, they've got no people covering on this side of the field.
And they hand it to Graham. Cuts it back inside. Graham all the way down to the 13. Touchdown saving tackle by Clark.
Well, there was a lot of confusion on Philadelphia's part, and I thought they did him a favor by running the football. But Graham just does this all on his own.
Gain of 16 by Graham. Clock down to 30 seconds. And the ball at the 13-yard line. Testaverde.
Oh.
Was it intercepted?
What a play.
Yes, it was.
Thomas.
William Thomas. Testaverde. And the fans here in Baltimore will tell you, he seems to make the terrible mistake at the worst possible time, and he's done so right here again.
Just a bad read. He looked as though he had the time. He was trying to hit a crossing route shallow. There's going to be a crosser right in here. Boy, that's just a bad throw. Obviously, he's trying to go to Green, a big target down here. He's got time to stand in there and deliver the ball. Good interception by William Thomas. William Thomas jokes with Ray Rhodes all the time. He said, you know what? I can play tight end. In fact, when Ray Rhodes went to look at him in college, he said, I'm not sure to play this guy at strong safety or linebacker. He's got those kind of skills, and they paid off there.
Well, he missed a key interception that would have been against the 49ers last week.
Yeah, that's a huge play now because they go in only 7 up. And with that guy there, now you still don't have to take Bobby Hoying out of the game plan. You don't have to put it in the air.
JB and Terry will be along with the Dockers Khakis halftime report following these messages from your local station. 7-0 Baltimore at halftime.
2 legendary captains unite for the greatest mission of all. William Shatner, Patrick Stewart, Whoopi Goldberg. Star Trek Generations, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central. How far will they go?
I will pay to have him dead.
How intense will it get?
Down!
See the shocking surveillance footage.
Hands up in the air.
Of busts caught on tape. The world's scariest police stings. An all-new special Thursday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
When a Mercedes-Benz play the Good Day Morning Drive, Monday on Good Day.
Why would a family car with loads of safety features like the Ford Taurus need a powerful V6?
Well, here's a little scenario for you. You're late for your son's soccer game, so you kick in all 24 valves of power. You pass that 18-wheeler like it was sitting still, and when little Johnny says, "Thanks, Dad, for getting here safely and on time," that's when the power pays off.
Passionate about our training? Another plus. Drive a Taurus for $234 a month from your Quality Plus Ford dealer.
Any more questions?
I was driving through McDonald's like usual when I see now they've got this Build a Big Mac game. And I'm thinking, big deal. All I ever won before now is hanging on the rear view. But check this out. This game at McDonald's has over $10 million in prizes. Incredible stuff. From Ford Explorers to a $5,000 shopping spree. And instant prizes for $100 grand.
Play the $10 million Build a Big Mac game at McDonald's.
Imagine. A guy like me.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At AIG, one of our jobs is ensuring your favorite Major League Baseball teams, the airlines they fly on, and the stadiums they play in. AIG ensures the hot dogs and the satellite broadcasting the game. AIG even ensures the gloves, the bats, the balls, and fortunately, the cars in the lot. The AIG companies, ensuring your work, your life, your world.
It's impossible to keep the ocean from the shore. It's just impossible. Ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. For to live without you now, it's just impossible.
Dockers Halftime, brought to you by Dockers Khakis. Standard equipment at tailgate parties everywhere. Nice pants.
In Hollywood with Ronnie, Howie, Terry, and yours truly, JB. Let's take you around the NFL. Bobby Hoying having a rough way to go in Baltimore. Ravens on top by a touchdown.
There you look at young Cannell. Safety zones up, safety's up, corner's got cut, deep third, Cannell firing it deep down the field. Armani Tuma, there you go, 56-yard touchdown. Love your clothes, young man, there it is. Giants all over the Cardinals, 10-0 at the half.
Love your clothes. Well, I tell you what, Vikings are glad to see this guy back in his clothes.
It's a good running back, this Smith. Good running back. Here's another good running back. Remember this guy, Tommy Vardell, 41-yarder down the sideline. Man, this has been all Lions in the first half. Right now, it's Lions up 3-0. Mitchell back, looking left, turning, firing deep. Who's he looking for? Herman Moore. Why not at 6'4"? This guy can outleap anyone. There's a 35-yard gain. Still 3-0 until this play. Off left tackle, bullet. Tommy Vardell goes in. It's 10-0. And then Scott Mitchell back, looking for who? Barry Sanders. Hey, why not get this guy out in the open field with a football? Down the sideline he goes. We're looking at a 34-yard gain down to the 1-yard line. Another 1-yard Tommy Vardell run. And the Lions, surprisingly, all over the Vikings.
Mike Holmgren said, don't look ahead to Dallas next week. Levin's trying to do his part.
6 plays in the first half by the Green Bay Packers resulted in 2 touchdowns. His 52-yard touchdown. There you have Dorsey Levens. Not many people know about this guy, but he's on his way to being one of the best backs in the NFL. Now Favre steps up. This ball's knocked out of his hands by Monty Montgomery, scooped up by Al Fontenot. Down the sideline, touchdown. It's 17-14, the Colts. Then back up in the pocket, fires. There it is, Brett Favre. Blackman, he's there. Picks it off. Laterals to who? Belzer. Down the sideline he goes, JB. How far will he go? Get in the end zone. Get in the end zone. There
all the way.
24-14 until the Pack fights back. A long pass from Favre to Mays down to the 1-yard line. There you see the score.
Evans with 3 TDs. Buccaneers ball control on top by a touchdown over the Patriots. Falcons 10-0 over the Rams. Jamal Anderson touchdown running that one as well. Nip and tuck ball game. You like that one, nip and tuck?
I like it.
Chiefs nipping them by 1. Jaguars 7-3 over the Oilers. You said you like the Oilers in this one. We'll see. Steelers only by a field goal over the Bengals. And the Seahawks 10-7 over your beloved Saints. That's it right late in the second quarter. You're shaking your head, but we're going to go to Ronnie. What's happening with Bobby Hoying in his debut?
Bobby Hoying, he has to get some protection. And right now, Bubba Miller, that offensive guard, has to get the job done for him, Howie.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the 2 things you need when you're a young quarterback, Terry pointed out earlier, on the football field, you need good protection. They haven't gotten that. He needs to step up in the pocket some, too. It's a feel for the pocket. And they also need to run the ball. They haven't done either one of those things successfully, so it's very difficult for a young quarterback to come in and implement him into the lineup and ask him to be successful under those conditions.
Now, you're down to your 3rd quarterback, guys. What do you do now, huh? Do you sit Hoying down and come back in with Pete, or you go back to Detmer? I mean, this is really a musical
like the
chair.
Rotating quarterback.
I do, yeah, sure. It does world of goods for any of them's confidence. This is a real struggle. If you don't protect, there's no way a young quarterback can have any chance of being successful.
The Bubba Miller thing at offensive guard, you know, they have an injury. The second-tier guy comes down, and it shows you where the NFL is right now. The drop-off from the first team to the second team is so drastic, it's a problem.
Talk about a young quarterback losing his confidence. 4 sacks will certainly cause that as well. All right, folks, that does it for the Dockers Halftime here. But Dockers Halftime will continue after this.
November 24th, the 1,000-year-old code of silence will be broken by the most controversial special Fox has ever done. The world's greatest magic tricks finally revealed. Warning, magic's best-kept secrets will be exposed. If you've ever wondered how incredible illusions like these are done, this is the special that shows you everything. The X-Files' Mitch Pileggi hosts Magic's biggest secrets finally revealed Monday, November 24th. So many secrets, just one Fox.
I'm Jeff Blake, quarterback for the NFL Cincinnati Bengals. I've known the elation of victory, but I've also known the times when you may lose something that means everything in your life. No, it wasn't on the football field. It happened to me and my wife, Luana.
We were truly blessed. We had 2 beautiful, healthy children, and we were expecting our 3rd child. And then the doctor said there was a problem.
With 3 critical operations, we could save his life. I was devastated.
We prayed. We knew we had the best doctors and the means to ensure the finest care and all the love any child could need. But we came to realize that there are parents who don't have the resources we had.
That's where the United Way comes in. You and your local community and all of us giving and caring together can ensure that help will be there when it's needed most. We know Trey is going to make it. He's already had 2 operations. In the next few months, he'll have the final operation.
The NFL, the United Way, and you, the power of teamwork.
Fox Sunday Secrets revealed. Why is this dog in a tailspin? What's this swinging bachelor doing in Marge Simpson's bedroom?
Can you feel the love?
Then,
I am the most efficient killing machine the world has ever. Ow.
Who will be the ultimate paintball warrior? And what bizarre incident brought Mulder and the lone gunman together? An all-new X-Files. It all starts tonight at 7, 6 Central. So many secrets, just one Fox.
7-0 Baltimore at halftime, and we'll return to Memorial Stadium for the second half kickoff after these messages from your local Fox station.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Kirk or Picard? Cast your vote. Track Wars, Tuesday on the Fox 10 o'clock news.
With Plymouth, this is what you pay for, and this is what you get. For instance, get a new Plymouth Neon, now with $1,500 cash back, or low 1.9% APR for big finance savings. Or get a new Plymouth Breeze, also with $1,500 cash back, or low 1.9 APR for even bigger finance savings. You always get more than you pay for. That's Plymouth, official cars and minivans of the Philadelphia Eagles.
In the world of tools, there's only one true craftsman. Craftsman makes anything possible. Yeah.
Keeping you and your family well is our mission every day. That's why we've developed Healthy Lifestyles programs for our members. Discounts or reimbursements on weight reduction programs, bike safety for kids, health club memberships, literally dozens of great programs to help you stay healthy. We know that nothing is more important than your health, so we'll be there if you get sick or injured. But remember, we'd rather help you stay well. Healthy Lifestyles from Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield.
Jeep Cherokee has always been the perfect getaway vehicle. But now, look what you can get away with. A zero-down, $279 a month Jeep Cherokee lease with only $774 due at signing for 190 horses and automatic transmission. Plus now, these extras, including air conditioning at no extra charge. The $279 a month Jeep Cherokee lease. A great deal to get away with when you really want to get away from it all. Check one out at your Jeep dealer.
Sellout crowd on hand at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. 7-0 the Ravens in front. And this first half highlight brought to you by 1-800-COLLECT. The Ravens should be up by more than 7.
Biggest play of the game right now, the interception by William Thomas. Testaverde, you said it. You know, bad habit of making the wrong throw at the exact wrong time, and a good catch by William Thomas. What that does is that keeps extra points off the board for Philadelphia. You stay in the game plan now for Bobby Hoying. He's done an excellent job. I mean, we talk about the punts, a lot of punts, and people may be getting a little bit impatient. Bottom line, the guy hasn't thrown the big interceptions yet and don't have the big turnovers, and that's all you want him to do right now.
Well, at least so far, Hoying has been under a great deal of pressure. We mentioned 8 sacks in the loss to San Francisco last week, and they're at half that total in the first half today.
Yeah, with the 4 big ones, and we knew they'd do some things to try to confuse him. They brought some stunts inside. They brought the linebackers. McCrary has really made some big plays. And then we talked about the guard changes up front for Philadelphia. That hasn't helped things. But as long as he keeps his head and knows that he doesn't have to do it all by himself, and in this offense, a lot of things going on in the West Coast offense. We saw him make some pretty good reads.
And you see, he threw for 32 yards. But if you throw in the sacks, it's -3 passing for the Philadelphia offense in the first half.
Bottom line, though, nobody is mad at that guy for those sacks. You're better off holding the ball, eat it, than to try to make a dumb throw.
Well, Ray Rhodes and company will try and get the offense in gear for the second half. They'll be kicking away to Peter Boulware and the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens able to get an early touchdown throw from Vinny Testaverde to Michael Jackson. But then after that, next to nothing offensively.
Oh, they started out very nice. Had some nice runs in there, and we talk about Graham. He's had his share of good yards, but really a bit of a stutter from the second quarter on.
Philadelphia will kick off to begin the second half.
So Vinny Testaverde and the Ravens looking to end this losing streak. They were hammered last week by division rival Pittsburgh, 37-0. Priest Holmes, 26, James Rowe, 83, waiting to begin the second half, and this is Rowe from his own 6. Out across the 20 and pushed out of bounds at the 24-yard line, so that's where the Ravens will put it in play.
You can definitely see the intensity stepped up on the Philadelphia Eagles special teams. You know, you go through that last week and nationally get embarrassed like that. You got to believe they're going to come out today and play just about as well as they can possibly play. That's where it starts to hit in on your pride there.
Jake Graham, very busy in the first half. We did not see Bam Morris bothered with a toe injury. We'll see if we catch him at all in the second half. It's Graham on the first carry and a gain of close to 8 for Jake Graham. Again, the rookie out of Tennessee, a third-round draft pick by the Ravens. You know, we brought up earlier that Graham had a magnificent season as a junior in Tennessee, but then the Volunteers with Peyton Manning threw the ball a lot more Graham's senior year. In fact, he carried almost 100 times fewer his senior year than his junior year. So maybe some teams cooled on him a bit, but the Ravens like having him, and he just picks up a first down out to the 36-yard line.
Well, they thought today they can come into this thing after they knew they weren't going to have Lewis at the wide receiver position, and that's Bam Morris there, and go with 2 tight ends and pound Philadelphia inside. They feel they outweigh them on the offensive line, and they can make it physical. But so far, with the exception of a few good runs by Graham, the Eagles have held up and forced those third down situations.
See the numbers on Graham, already 73 yards rushing in place of Morris today. Kinchin in motion on a first down throw. Testaverde thought about it, and now he'll race near the sideline and step out of bounds.
He didn't have any place to go with the ball. You know, and Vinny Testaverde a little shell-shocked after that last interception. He's trying to go to Alexander. Nice buzz there by Zordich. Zordich is playing in the hole. He sinks down on anything coming inside. That's a nice job. But still, Baltimore with that running, getting Graham on the ground. That's the difference in the total yards.
Gain of 2 on the run by Testaverde. We'll call it 2nd and 8. 3 receivers set. That's generally the normal offense for the Ravens. Good protection, and it's batted at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off by James Willis. And Philadelphia makes a big play defensively here on the opening drive of the second half. It looked to be tipped by Hollis Thomas at the line of scrimmage. We'll see.
Testaverde trying to throw right down the middle of the field here. Watch 78 in front of you. Right there. Let's see if he gets a hand on it. Yeah, he did. Another huge play by the Eagles defense. They went to Bobby Hoying in the beginning of this week and they said, listen, we will help you. Okay, we are on your side. Remember that. We're going to take care of the other side of the ball. And that's what you call taking. Now, he's got a short field to work with. If they open it up, this might be the time to open it up with him.
Drive starts at the 44-yard line, and Hoying a deep drop.
There it
Guns
is.
it across the middle, and a catch made along the sideline by Irving Fryar.
Turnovers will kill you in this business. And it started out as a game that went back and forth. You saw the last big turnover at the goal line by Testaverde, another one, but it starts here with the protection. Look at Jerry Krafts. He got challenged personally by Ray Rhodes. You give the kid time, he makes the play. Irving Fryar coming all the way across the middle of the field, recognizing zone, keeps running. Very smart veteran move there.
27-yard gain. A perfect throw from Hoying to Fryar, and Philadelphia down at the Ravens 17. What a lick delivered on Charlie Garner by the rookie out of Virginia, Jamie Sharper.
That's something about this crew. They've got a very, very young linebacking core. In fact, 2 rookies starting on the outside linebacker position. Jamie Sharper, he's one of those guys that probably, you know, is a very casual guy, doesn't get very upset. Boulware on the other side, they say he can tweak any minute on you and go off the air. And then you got that guy there, 52. He's a little bit of everything, he says.
2nd and 9, and Hoying to throw. Drops it off, and Waters, his first reception out of the backfield, close to the 10-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and a couple of yards for Philadelphia.
This is the area where Ray Rhodes has been most concerned with and has been the biggest problem coming into the red zone. It's nice to go down the field. They had this short field. They made a nice big play to Fryar, but this is where the stall has occurred.
And this is why there is a change in quarterback right there. They move the offense, as you mentioned earlier, down the field. They get near the goal line and do not, by and large, score touchdowns.
Boy, Hoying's working with a short clock. You better get it off.
3rd and 2. They just do get it off. Hoying hanging in there, and he's still on his feet. Tries to lean out for a couple of yards, but is dumped at the 15-yard line by James Jones.
Well, you know, it's just as heart-wrenching for Dad to sit in those stands and have to watch the son out there trying to make a play. 97 right inside. Krafts holds him initially, but then he did the spin move. Hoying almost got out of this. Bottom line, you keep yourself in a position to do this right here. Get points.
33-yard field goal try from Bonio. And it is good.
Wow, you see that wind?
Nice little fade on that shot. It started as a fade, went as a slice, and they give you 3 points.
It is 180 degrees from expected. It is a leather-trimmed interior, available heated front seats, and an Infinity 10-speaker audio system. The new Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. And now it's available with $1,000 cash back or a very special low lease rate. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
Mike Ditka for 1-800-COLLECT.
Hey, come on, ladies! Hey, get mad! Make believe I just insulted your mama. Or make believe I just traded you. Make believe I just called you collect without using 1-800-COLLECT.
Hey, but it's 10 cents a minute every evening with 1-800-COLLECT.
Stop, guys. I was only kidding. Stop.
1-800-COLLECT. 10 cents a minute every evening all week long.
Full attack, Green Bay Pack, bring the noise, Cowboys, big guns, fast runs, cheeseheads, code red, big time intimidation, maybe some retaliation, bet you Brandon Deal gonna put on quite a show.
What a spectacular play.
Can't miss this.
This is unbelievable.
Foxman.
Yeah. The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Chrysler, engineered to be great cars. By Visa, the official card of the NFL that's everywhere you want to be. by 1-800-COLLECT, the way we call collect today. And by Hertz, for business for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz.
Well, the turnover leads to 3 points for Philadelphia. And the Ravens in front 7-3 with 10-12 to play here in the third quarter. James Rowe, a short kick, fields from his own 12. Out across the 25, tackled at the 29-yard line by Brian Dawkins. So we'll take a break. Third quarter, 7-3, Ravens in front.
Moen's pull-out faucet. Few things in life can outmaneuver or outlast it. The One Touch by Moen. Buy it for looks. Buy it for life.
Tell us the truth, Dr. Trang. Which battery will last over 30% longer in these digital cameras? Duracell or Energizer?
Energizer. Well, lucky bunny.
If it were a guy's world, this would be your 9 to 5. Having kids wouldn't slow you down a bit. And you'd be so cool, you'd never sweat. But in the real world, guys sweat 40% more than women. Guys need the protection of Speed Stick Antiperspirant. Protection from sweat and odor that never quits. In this world, or the world where every day is Saturday. Speed Stick. Protection just for the guys.
Some decisions are harder than others. The Chrysler Sebring LXi Coupe or the Sebring Limited Convertible. For the passionate side, fully independent suspension, speed-sensitive steering, multi-valve V6, and a luxurious leather-trimmed interior. The practical side, lease the convertible from just $299 a month. And on the coupe, get $1,000 cash back and luxurious leather at no charge. Some decisions are easier than others. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
With all the secrets, what happens when the truth
Kyle can never know about this.
finally comes out? An all-new Melrose Place, Monday at 8, 7 Central.
Let's go back to the third down a moment ago.
I don't think he had any place, obviously, to throw the football. Nice spin move there by Jones. Put it on Jerry Kraft. But once again, Dad's reaction to the sack. Dad's got to learn to relax. Well, there might be a lot more games in store for his son. Got to relax.
Well, I've seen dads a lot more excited than that. One of them will be Ron Pitts in about 15 years from now when young Lee Elijah Pitts is on the football field, perhaps.
I'll be very relaxed because he will have just signed for that $5 million signing bonus, which I will like very much.
Testaverde rolling right, throws, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Michael Jackson. Well, we've given you plenty of time to think about our Aflac trivia question. The two current NFL coaches who were traded for one another during their playing careers, and the answer is Ray Rhodes. Giants sent him to San Francisco for Tony Dungy back in 1980. And both have turned out to be outstanding head coaches in the National Football League. Ray Rhodes took the Eagles to the playoffs each of his first 2 years, and Dungy appears to be doing it year number 2 at Tampa Bay. And there's Graham with a big hole all the way out to the 47-yard line.
Now Graham is really starting to lay it on him. I mean, he picked at him, had some good runs here or there, starting to pile up. We saw the yards. Now he's really starting to hurt. Watch the missed tackles here. Some good blocking. Here's Zordich. Boy, he's kicking himself about that one.
Gain of 17 for Jay Graham. He's closing in on 100 yards.
Graham is a lot stronger than he looks. We've seen him use the stiff arm twice now. He put it on Zordich.
Flag down on the play as he crosses into Philadelphia territory, tackled down at the 47-yard line, but I think this one's coming back. It is holding against Baltimore. That would have put Graham at the 100-yard mark if that play would have stood.
69 offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Jeff Blackshear, the right guard. You know, we talked about this offensive line being big and physical and all that. And, you know, if they're going to start to lean on you and wear on you, you'll see it in the second half. Well, it's not a surprise to see two big runs here by Graham.
9 minutes to play in the third quarter. 7-3 Baltimore in front. And Testaverde will throw on 1st and 20. And on the far side, Derek Alexander in the catch out to the 42-yard line, a gain of 5. Well, Vinny Testaverde, by and large, it's feast or famine. When he doesn't make the key mistake, the Ravens generally will win a game. In his 4 wins, he's only thrown 2 interceptions, but in the 6 losses, he's been picked off 11 times. And 2 interceptions today, but a 7-3 lead. Good protection. He has all day to throw. Now has to start looking around. And he's still on his feet.
He's still not out.
And he gets to midfield. He picked up 3, 4, 5 extra yards. Everybody thinking he was heading out of bounds.
Well, but that's all about coverage, though. Once again, the Eagles secondary locking people up over on the right side there. That's Demery. They're going to play a zone. Got help underneath. Look at it. Alexander looked like he was open for a bit. That's great coverage right there. Willie Clark running man for man up the seam with Yarbrough.
3rd down and 6. Testaverde. Down he goes, and a ball is loose. And Philadelphia appears to have recovered. Are they saying the ball was down? They're saying that the ground caused the fumble. And it looked from up here as though Testaverde had fumbled it away, but apparently not. Well, that's a big break. Let's take another look.
That ball's out. That's a fumble. The Eagles get worked on the call. That's a fumble.
Well, Montgomery to punt it away, end over end, and it sails over the head of Solomon, and that is the first touchback of the year.
And he's not too happy about it.
For Greg Montgomery.
Touchback.
Boy, this looked like a Baltimore turnover.
Woo.
They say the ground caused contact. They used to say the world was flat.
And so the prince entered the sleeping castle, breaking the spell as
Hansel and Gretel came upon the evil witch's cottage.
Tinkerbell helped rescue the lost boys from the pirates, and they all...
Now you can buy children a lot of happy endings, because every time you use Visa, we'll contribute to Reading is Fundamental, dedicated to helping children learn to read. So please use your Visa card, because every child deserves a good beginning.
Jack climbed down the beanstalk, narrowly
Visa,
escaping.
it's everywhere you want to be.
Hope my car gets fixed today.
And my sink. And my furnace. And my lawnmower.
What? You idiot! You're gonna get us caught.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, Eddie! Make it a Bud Light.
It is a deliberate departure from the norm. 180 degrees from expected. Spacious leather-trimmed interior. Available heated front seats. And now it ties as J.D. Power and Associates' most appealing minivan. The new Chrysler Town & Country LXI. Built on the belief that great cars appeal to a more passionate side. Chrysler, engineered to be great cars.
In the tradition of Platoon and Full Metal Jacket.
Hey, man, it's dang old Friendly Fire, man. I tell you what.
Comes a brand new King of the Hill tonight on Fox.
Our gorgeous aerial pictures today brought to you by Chief Pilot Matt Elkins and the 12 crew members of the Russell Stover Candies Lightship. It's called the Lightship because it is internally illuminated by 2 1,000-watt metal alley bulbs. We were hoping for a ride on that today. 7-3, Baltimore in front. Philadelphia begins from its own 20. And Hoying coming out throwing. Drops it across the middle to Waters, who has the first down and more out to the 34-yard line. Philadelphia in the NFC East coming in 2 games under 500, but only 2 games behind the Giants and Washington. You see the Giants in front of Arizona, a tight one at the Meadowlands. And then later today, next right here on Fox, except for those of you in Baltimore, Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, the Redskins and the Cowboys. Ricky Waters maybe picks up a yard. What do you think about that Redskins-Cowboys clash today, Ronnie?
I think Washington, Gus Frerotte, they're going to have to play great football down there to win. You know, everybody has counted Dallas out, and they're ready to put the stake in the heart. I think that's too early. I think the way this division's shaping up, I think they're just right in the middle of it.
And Ray Rhodes feels his team still has a chance.
He's right. You got to play today.
They're coming after Hoying on second down, and he is sacked for the 6th time today. Second time in the arms of Boulware.
Tackles, the offensive line, they've been talked about a lot on this team. Watch on this right side. Boulware is just going to be a speed rusher around the outside. That's all he does. He just beats Barrett Brooks around the corner.
28.
And that's why they talk about tackles, Tom, having to have good feet, being able to move their feet. You got to do that to be able to handle those speed rushers.
Third down and an acre for Philadelphia. Hoying, good protection, fires across the middle.
Got it.
Did he make the play, Solomon? No official word yet.
One official says yes.
It's a completed pass. First down, Eagles.
The youngster delivered. He stepped up and delivered. And you know that ball, low, but not bad, right where it really had to be, because you want him to get down and make the catch and get the first down. The wind catches that thing a little bit.
And it was a clear catch.
Ted Marchibroda.
Well, it looked clearly like a good catch.
It looked like a good catch. I don't think there's any problem.
Hoying checking off at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, now they get this, Bubba Miller, unless he was pulled off. Oh, that's huge.
False start, offense, number 65, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
I'm sure Bubba's still trying to shake his head clear of Dana Stubblefield from last week. Like you said, Tom, Hoying changed the play. Along with that play comes another snap count. Obviously, he didn't get the new snap count.
Backs him up 5 yards, first and 15 from the 47. And again, Hoying to throw. Good protection. Lost the ball to Turner out of the backfield. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage at the 47. Well, we were talking about the NFC East, Giants and Cardinals at the Meadowlands. McDonald's game break. How about it, JB?
Hey, take a look. Talk about how about it. Cardinals not to be ruled out. Take a look at Jake the Snake Plummer. This is why Bradshaw likes him. Moves well. Nice touch on the run as he finds Frank Sanders. 70-yard TD play. Cardinals back in it, trailing by 3. Back to you guys.
Well, you could see that one, Bruin. Plummer, an A-State guy.
Oh, yeah.
It was just a matter of time.
Jake the Snake, they love him in the Valley of the Sun. And Hoying loses the football, and Baltimore appears to have recovered. Yes, they have. First mistake, real mistake of the day, made by the rookie, or rather the first-time starter, Bobby Hoying.
And you know, you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to get some extra yards. Ball security, a must. We always talk about it.
Of our past reflected in the brightest of today. At the Chrysler Corporation, it's how we build great cars and great trucks.
Meet a guy who missed the boat.
I didn't know my company could have saved time and money buying Micron computers direct. I had no idea Micron was a leader in price and performance. I didn't know Micron offered full network PC solutions. Hey, I didn't even know they ranked so high in customer satisfaction. But my boss, he knew.
Hey, Dave, now you know. Micron desktops feature Intel Pentium 2 processors.
Hi, I'm James Brown, and in case you missed it, this is what you would have seen on Fox NFL Sunday.
Being number one, it's a lot of responsibilities that go with that. And you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it.
First thing you want to do to a young quarterback is what, Ronnie? You want to get him. You want to smack him.
I definitely think Dallas is going to win it, but they have to win it convincingly.
Once again.
No. This is the...
Don't miss Fox NFL Sunday next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
James Jones here, he ends up getting the fumble, credit for the caused fumble. You know, and Hoeing has just got to know, you got to tuck that ball away when you're getting ready to run. He looked as though he was ready to tuck it. But right before he got ready to tuck it, he got hit. And that's a record.
Well, Philadelphia allowed 8 sacks last week to San Francisco. And you see a Baltimore team record 7 sacks for the Raven D today.
But I think more today has been coverage sacks. I really do. I think it's been some better coverage down the field. Last week it was just guys getting beat man-to-man.
Blitz coming, and Testaverde able to stay on his feet and then loses the ball, but reaches out and grabs a hold-up. That thing must have grease on it out there.
You know, one of the things that Vinny's been doing a lot of, and you talk to people in the organization, that looks like Goaz got a little ding there, is that when he starts to take off and run with the ball, he doesn't have a firm grip on it. A lot of guys hold it with one hand. He's had a lot of those fumbles this year.
Well, while they attend to Leo Goaz, will step out. Third quarter, 7-3, Baltimore.
Hertz is introducing a new return center that protects you from the weather when you bring back your car. Does your rent-a-car company do that?
Not exactly! Hello?
Honey, I'm having the baby.
You can't have it now.
Can you come home?
No. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
It took weeks for news to reach its destination. Today, neither time nor distance can keep us from sharing our lives.
Breathe, honey. Hey, you get another contraction?
You're supposed to keep counting.
5, 6, 7.
Philips introduces ISIS, the cellular phone that can let you talk up to 6 long hours.
I love you, honey. Honey?
ISIS from Philips.
After the movie, we'll go to McDonald's.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
I could go for a Big Mac.
And some McDonald's fries.
McDonald's.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
Hertz is introducing a new return center that protects you from the weather when you bring back your car. Does your rent-a-car company do that?
Not exactly!
What bizarre incident brought Agent Mulder and the lone gunman together? An all-new X-Files, tonight at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
That's Leo Goaz right there, 62, working on Jasper. This is where he hurts himself in there somewhere. Watch the way Testaverde holds his ball. You know, he's fumbled 8 times on the run this year.
2nd and 5, and Jay Graham running for first down yardage and more to the Philadelphia 39. He's stopped there by Willie Clark. And Graham, as Goaz leaves, looks like a shoulder or the left arm. And stepping back in there, who had started a number of games this season, Ben Cavill, out of Oklahoma.
Once again, working on that left side. The Eagles are probably heavier on the right side when they put in Jasper, and Thomas is over there, and Jefferson. But on the left side with Mamula and Red Hall, they're a little bit lighter. That's where the Ravens have been pounding, running the football.
Testaverde nearly intercepted. He had an eye all the way on Michael Jackson, and with him step for step was Vincent.
Somebody else is down.
It's James Willis. Ooh. Willis, starting middle linebacker. And the man who generally backs him up at the middle linebacking spot, James Darling, is having to start on the outside because of the injury to Darren Smith.
Farmer may have to come in.
We'll take a break while they look at Willis.
On Fox, NFL Sunday, it's a war in the NFC East. Terry Allen and the Redskins look to pound Big D, while Troy Aikman and the Cowboys try to avenge an early season defeat. Don't miss all the action.
Down the field they go. Get him deep. Get him deep. Deep. Down the field. That's your dodger. Yo, he missed it. Spread. You got it right over.
Now that's how you get a wide receiver open, baby.
It's a Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader. The Redskins battle the Cowboys. Next.
James Willis getting up off his feet, injured on that last pass attempt by Baltimore. And Willis able to get up and leave the field under his own power. You see, he had the interception earlier on. Well, we saw the injury to Goaz. Let's check in with Steve Davis along the sideline.
Okay, Tom, thank you very much. He limped off with what is called a pec muscle injury. They're looking at it right now as a pull. They're going to take him in and hope it's not a tear for Leo Goaz in his left pec. Tom?
All right, so while he's in for x-rays, mentioned Campbell takes over at the left guard. And Jeff Harrod, the longtime Indianapolis Colt, is in the ball game for Philadelphia. So now third down for the Ravens. Boy, a lot of upsets as you look at the score. Detroit mauling Minnesota
Tampa
today.
Bay, did I read that one right?
At home against New England today. See the Steelers in the AFC Central in front of Cincinnati. Bengals have turned it over a couple of times in that game.
How about the monkey wrench the Big Tuna has thrown in that AFC East division? You knew it was coming.
And New England made a horrible mistake. People may not want to hear that, but facts are facts.
Well, facts are facts, like you said.
Early movement, and we'll see. Richard Dent crossed over the line of scrimmage.
Richard Dent doing a little jaw jacking over there to Jonathan Ogden.
Prior to the snap, we have a false start on the quarterback of the offensive team. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Pulled out a little early.
Well, let's listen. Our sounds of the game.
I don't see it.
There may have been a little.
I don't see it.
Head jerking a little bit there.
Unless he picked up a foot.
3rd and 16 at the 25.
Well, it goes from 3rd and 11 to 3rd and 16. They need to get to the 29-yard line, and the line of scrimmage is the 46. Testaverde. Good protection. Graham out of the backfield, but a lot of white jerseys in front of him.
You got that one right. Ton of white jerseys. That's what that penalty will do for you.
So Baltimore fails to cash in on the Hoying fumble.
And not only that, they don't cash in on some great runs by Jay Graham. I mean, this is a guy sitting up here that's just killing him running the football. Once again, Tommy, Eagles defense today has stepped up. Emmett Thomas, the defensive coordinator, his group, they say, hey, listen, Bobby, we're going to take care of business. You just run the game plan, and we're going to handle it on this end. And so far, they've done that.
Fair catch signaled for by Solomon at the 17-yard line on the final play of the third quarter. And our score, Baltimore 7,
24-yard
Philadelphia 3. 15 minutes left to go from Memorial Stadium.
End of the third quarter.
How do you saw someone in half? Find out Monday, November 24th on Fox.
It's happening again. Classic X-Files tonight at 11:30.
The luxurious Lexus ES 300. All the security and comfort you're looking for at a price that most only dream of. at your New Jersey, Delaware, and Pennsylvania area Lexus dealer today.
Your retirement plans. Let's see. You have Social Security. There's your pension, but then your company downsized. You must have made investments. It may be time for some independent thinking. Mutual funds from American Century. Invest in our thinking.
Don't guys stop it. You can't do that. Don't hurt her. Can't you do something? Leave me alone.
1 part minivan, 2 parts sport utility, all parts 4-wheel drive. The MPV All-Sport from Mazda.
So, who wants a fruit roll?
Lease a 4-wheel drive MPV All-Sport, $299 a month.
Ron Pitts back in chilly Baltimore. 7-3 as we're set to begin the fourth quarter.
The Eagles series begins at the 17.
Eagles have the football, 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Bobby Hoying, his first NFL start. And he hasn't gotten a whole lot of help from the Philadelphia rushing game, which has been a big player all year long in this Eagle offense.
I just don't think they're stable enough on the offensive line, but I tell you what, you look at the scoreboard, this has been a football game, and this is what I love about this. 2 teams, 4 and 6, they need the win, and they're playing football.
Take a look at this. 5 teams have started 4 and 6 and advanced on to the playoffs. Most recently, the big run by Jacksonville last year.
And now you look at New Orleans at 8-8. You wonder how'd they get in at 8-8? That was a year after the rule change that allowed that extra team in the playoffs.
Philadelphia's been 4 and 6 7 times and never made the playoffs. Good read there by Hoying. He looked off a couple of other receivers and dumped it off to Johnson, who's very close to a first down at the 28-yard line.
If you notice the pattern that they're having Bobby Hoying throw, it's a lot of dink and dunk, a lot of short stuff right in front of him that he can see a good clear vision, but once again, not big throws. Nothing that he has to try to put over a linebacker on the outside third of the field. Very high percentage completion type throws. But when they get across or when Color's running free, they say go ahead and take the shot, and that's what he's done.
Pryor in motion on a first down, and Hoying a short drop, easy throw to Johnson, who still has the football all the way out to the 42-yard line.
Let me tell you something. Bobby Hoying can shake up the world right now, and he can definitely shake up the Philadelphia Eagle franchise. You know, you're sitting there with Detmer, a high-priced guy in there, and Pete. You know, these are guys who they thought would be the ones. But here's your second-year player. You know, if he has a good game here, they win this game, he may be able to write his own ticket. And so far, he hadn't done a lot to hurt himself.
Numbers are very good for Hoying when he's been given time to throw. Garner nowhere to run, and he's dropped for a 4-yard loss.
A lot of run blitzing by the Baltimore Ravens. Marvin Lewis, the defensive coordinator, believes in keeping his guys super aggressive, especially, there's Lewis there, especially the linebacking core. They're young, and he hadn't done anything to take that fire away from him. He puts them in positions to use that energy, use that wild and craziness, and make plays.
There you look at Marvin Lewis, who despite being 38 years old is already in his 17th year of coaching. The blitz is on Hoying, and down he goes again for the 8th time today. And again, it's Michael McCrary on the sack.
McCrary's getting that sack total back up, but you know what you had there? You had a zone blitz. Number 97 right there, watch what he does. Boom, and then look at him, he's going into pass coverage. He's getting back on the DB stance. Once again, another changeup. That's something new that he hadn't, that Bobby Hoying hadn't seen. They knew he wouldn't see. Something to confuse him, make him maybe throw one out of there early.
8 sacks for 56 yards. 3rd down and 23. They need to get to the Baltimore 48-yard line for a first down. And they set up a screen
Nice
to golf.
call.
And he's still on his feet, flag down on the play. And his forward progress has him out to the 39-yard line, but again, penalty flag down.
Rondell Jones and Ray Lewis made the stop. Gain of 11.
Just when you think something is about to happen offensively for the Eagles, they give up another sack. And now illegal procedure, and they'll have to punt it away.
Ineligible downfield on the offensive team, number 65. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
So the illegal man downfield, and
Oh, Bubba. Oh, Bubba.
Tommy Hutton again on the punt. James Rowe at his own 15, and Hutton punts it right there to the 15. And Rowe breaks a couple of tackles and then is hammered down at the 30 by Kevin Turner.
Hammered is right. Pounded.
11-11 left and a 7-3 Baltimore lead.
Taking a left instead of his usual right, Joe found himself about to have his very first taste of rhubarb pie when it hit him hard. Wait a minute. What else haven't I tried? What other people haven't I met? What other oceans haven't I swum in? What other pies haven't I eaten? Sandy, a veteran witness of existential crises, slowly refilled his coffee. Joe smiled and bit into the big unknown. It tasted great.
Ooh, a computer with the Intel Pentium 2 processor. You know it's fast, and you thought it was priced just out of your reach. Gotcha. Until now. The $1999 PC with the Pentium 2 processor from Gateway. Complete with 32 megs of RAM, 17-inch monitor, AGP graphics, and a whole lot more. Call us at 1-800-GATEWAY and we'll build one for you.
Full attack, Green Bay Pack, bring the noise, Cowboys, big guns, fast runs, cheeseheads, code red, big time intimidation, maybe some retaliation, bet your Brandon Deal gonna put on quite a show.
What a spectacular play.
Can't miss this. This is unbelievable. Foxman.
Yeah.
The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers. By Taco Bell. Want some? And by NASDAQ.
Back in Baltimore, fourth quarter, 11:09 to play, and it's 7-3 Ravens in front. James Willis has returned at middle linebacker. He left on the last series with a strained left shoulder, but he's right back in there.
Marvin Jones, defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Lewis, getting his guys fired up.
First down, and the give is to Graham, trying to break it to the outside, still on his feet, and picks up close to 6. Charles Dimry forced him out of bounds. And don't forget, for the exception of those of you here in Baltimore, the back end of our Fox doubleheader. And what a rivalry. The Redskins and the Cowboys in an enormous NFC Eastern Division matchup. Redskins tied with the Giants for first going into play today, and the Cowboys one game back at 500. Giants tied at 10 with the Cardinals at the Meadowlands. Second down, and Graham, his 20th carry of the day, and he stalled for a 1-yard loss. But he's run for 105 yards today.
Yeah, but they don't get it on the right side. They're getting it on the left side. And the reason they don't get it on the right side, Hollis Thomas stacking people up pretty good. Now, this is the left side. Here's Ogden. He's just trying to catch Mamula, keep him getting beat across his face. Does a pretty good job of it. But their yards have come on his side of the ball when they run it. He's a good Bruin.
Oh, you knew you'd sneak that in.
Couldn't help it.
Big third down here. 3rd and 4. 3-receiver set, and Testaverde fires, and it's caught by the big tight end, Eric Green, to the 42 and the first down. Green having another all-pro-like season. And while we have a moment, McDonald's game break time, let's send it to James Brown at our Fox Television Center.
Tom and Ron, rough day for Minnesota. Brad Johnson, 4th-rated pass in the NFC, throws a pick. Mark Carrier looking like Ron Pitts of old. Nice, nifty moves downfield. Gets knocked out at the one, sets up a Tommy Bardell TD. 31-7 Detroit. Back to Tom and the nifty-footed one, Ron Pitts.
Oh, yeah, that's
JB,
my neighbor.
I agree 100%. That is your neighbor out there in AZ.
Mark Carrier.
He's an AZ guy.
Yeah, he is.
How about that division?
Testaverde escaping trouble and just wisely throws it away. He was under heavy pressure.
I tell you, the league has what they want now, and that's parity. I mean, you got teams that can beat each other any day of the week.
And these scores illustrate that. Kansas City, how about that? 5.5 to go, leading it home over Denver. Rich Gannon at quarterback in that game. And New England, go figure.
San Francisco sitting pretty to host an NFC Championship game. You know, they can clinch the division and then work on home field. That's classic 49er textbook stuff there. That's how they always do it.
2nd down and 10 for the Ravens at their own 42, and a give is to Graham in another big hole, crossing in midfield all the way down to the 45-yard line. And Graham nearly 120 yards rushing today. He came in with 131 total on the year.
There's the left side of the line. We keep talking about it. You got big Jonathan Ogden, 312, 313 pounds, 6'8". Ben Cavill over there. It's just man-to-man block. Look at that hole. I mean, they have been killing him on that all day long. They get somebody there out on William Thomas. Maybe not on the right side, but on the left side, it's deja vu all over again. Just like Jacksonville.
Well, they'll try the right side again, and it's Graham who breaks one tackle from Charles Dimry, who slowed him down, and he picks up 3. Well, he mentioned Graham. He continues to impress. Ted Marchibroda came in with just 36 carries on the year for 131 yards, and look at that, 10 yards shy today of his season total.
And the thing he gives you that a Bam Morris doesn't, he gives you that breakaway possibility. You got Bam, and he's quick on his feet, and he can run you over and all that. But every time Graham touches the ball, he really looks like he could go all the way. See Zordich coming up in there trying to slam some of that run.
2nd down, Testaverde throws, another 1st down, and maybe more. Alexander all the way down to the 21-yard line.
That's the advantage of having that run game working. Emmett Thomas had to take a gamble and take the safety and get him up there to get him ready for the run. That's Zordich there. So that means man-to-man coverage, no help on the outside. A lot of room there. You see the marker. Dimry backed off quite a ways. A very, very crucial, the most crucial point of the game for Philadelphia coming up right here. They've hung in, but they're putting it on the ground.
Graham pulls his way to the 15. Another big pickup for Graham. Give him 6 more yards.
And you can't forget about that right side. You got big Orlando Brown over there at 350. Sitting next to Jeff Blackshear, 325. Tell you, these are some big, big boys.
And you see,
perfect mix. Yep. Perfect mix. They talked about that, trying to get back to what they were doing, you know, the running and then pass it better and then get a good mix of both.
2nd down and 4, and again it's Graham. And this time wrapped up at the line of scrimmage.
You can just see Ted Marchibroda, of course, handles the head coaching and the offensive coordinating duties. You can see he's in that run mode now. He said, we're just going to pound it. We're going to let the clock roll. 7-3 game, still tight. But this is where, when they've gone to throw, Vinny Testaverde had the big miscue. And this is where the Eagles need a big miscue.
Well, a touchdown could pretty much put this one to bed. Graham going for the 1st down and appears to have it inside the 10, down to the 9. It'll be 1st and goal, Baltimore, with 5.5 to go.
Now they're even starting to lay on the right side a little bit. Just starting to wear them down. Orlando Brown, watch this side over here. Wally to the center, he's got a nice block. Look at that. Maybe a little grab in there. You know, there comes a point in football when zones can't help you, schemes can't help you, all that kind of stuff. You got to beat the man in front of you. Mano-a-mano, man-to-man football, you got to win.
Graham stuffed at the line of scrimmage, maybe got back to the original line of scrimmage. Stopped there by Edward Jasper. Baltimore has run the ball extremely well today.
And that's a funny thing because you look at what they came into this game. Came in as 23rd rushing offense in the NFL. They were 2 passing. So much for numbers. As we look at Joe Vitt there, the linebacker coach. So much for numbers. The Eagles, what do their numbers show you offensively? Yet they weren't able to score points.
2nd down and goal at the 10.
They had a mix-up there.
Graham ran into Testaverde, and then he runs into William Thomas for a loss of 3. So now it's 3rd and goal. If Philadelphia can stand tall here and give up just a 3-point field goal try as time is called on the field, they'll have a chance. If Testaverde gets Baltimore to the end zone,
it's going to be hard.
A company most people never heard of is changing the way we fight cancer and kidney failure. By inducing the body to produce blood cells, chemotherapy and anemia patients are gaining new strength. Helping to grow blood cells helped Amgen become the world's largest biotech company. Where do you learn about companies with such pioneering spirit? Exactly. NASDAQ.com.
She always did have a unique way of expressing herself.
The lines have a simple architectural look. I've never seen anything like it.
She's changed the whole category.
She had a vision.
American Express treats me like I'm one of a kind. If you're a card member, you're an original.
Sam was cruising along when he was broadsided by the cruelest driver of all, Love, a.k.a. Sophie. Now he was at the intersection of his life, waiting for the light to change. To his left, he saw his never-taken trip to Nepal. To his right, that girl from Savannah with the tattoo. And straight ahead, he saw his future with Sophie. Green light, Sammy boy. What's it gonna be? Love 1, tattoo girl 0.
How far will they go?
I will pay to have him dead.
See the shocking undercover footage and all new special, The World's Scariest Police Stings, Thursday at 9/8 Central.
Matt Stover loosening up for what could be a field goal try depending on what happens this upcoming 3rd and goal, and the ball at the 14-yard line. A huge play for the Baltimore offense and the Philadelphia defense.
And you know this was the last time they threw down here. There was a pick. Testaverde served one up. So if he throws here, it's going to be very safe.
Yarborough and Alexander, the top of your screen. Jackson at the bottom, and a draw to Graham, who's sniffing the end zone and gets down to the 6-yard line.
I didn't think that Marchibroda was going to let Vinny Testaverde try to throw that ball down here again.
And timeout is called by Philadelphia. The Eagles now have 1 left with 3:44 to play. Stover, a field goal try when we come back.
Said he was going to call us, tell us what it feels like.
Across America, more people use Cellular One than any other cellular service.
Hello?
Social Security and pensions may provide only 45% of your retirement income. That could let some air out of your retirement plans. Fortunately, MetLife is there to help you make sense of annuities and other retirement options. Call 1-800-MET-LIFE.
Taking a left instead of his usual right, Joe found himself about to have his very first taste of rhubarb pie when it hit him hard. Wait a minute. What else haven't I tried? What other people haven't I met? What other oceans haven't I swum in? What other pies haven't I eaten? Sandy, a veteran witness of existential crises, slowly refilled his coffee. Joe smiled and bit into the big unknown. It tasted great.
I've been equipment manager for the New York Jets for over 34 years. I've suited up more than 3,000 players. As long as I've worked this long, it's crazy to retire. The Jets are like my family. They're like my own kids.
Hi, I'm James Brown, and in case you missed it, this is what you would have seen on Fox NFL Sunday.
Being number one, it's a lot of responsibilities that go with that. And you enjoy that?
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love it.
First thing you want to do to a young quarterback is what, Ronnie? You want to get him. You want to smack him.
I definitely think Dallas is going to win it, but they have to win it convincingly.
Once again.
No. This is...
Don't miss Fox NFL Sunday next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific.
Matt Stover having an outstanding year. In fact, he is the all-time field goal percentage leader in the history of football, hitting on nearly 82% of his field goal tries.
These things are never automatic, though. Not in this league.
This would give Baltimore a 7-point lead. They'll spot it at the 14, a 24-yard field goal try out of the hold of Greg Montgomery. And the kick is good.
Well, the stage is now set for Mr. Hoeing.
Can Hoeing get the Eagles down the field for a game-tying touchdown?
Close up on Molly, a mom about to dive headfirst into the dating pool and wondering if she could still swim. Tonight, her teenage daughter would be the one waiting up till 1 a.m. This cracked Molly up, and she realized she still had a life of her own, with millions of great future memories waiting for her out there in the deep end. And all she had to do was jump in. She felt like a teenager again, only with a nicer car.
How do you get this equipment to these troops when there's a river between them? Build a bridge. Problem solving. You need it now in college. Learn it now in the Army Reserve.
Be all that you can be.
Is your dandruff sending the wrong signals? Get Selsun Power. Doctors recommend Selsun Blue #1. So don't send the wrong signals. Get Selsun Power.
What's this swinging bachelor doing in Marge Simpson's bedroom?
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Secrets revealed on a brand new Simpsons tonight on Fox.
On Fox NFL Sunday, our pregame team heads to the soon-to-be frozen tundra of Lambeau Field to preview the pivotal Cowboy-Packer matchup. Then, Chris Carter leads Minnesota's mighty attack against New York, while the resurgent Jets look to strike down the Vikings.
Yeah! Ha ha! The milkman loves the road games. Yeah!
Fox NFL Sunday pregame show live from Green Bay next week at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Fox NFL Sunday is brought to you by Gateway 2000 Direct Personal Computers.
Back in Baltimore, 3:40 to play, and Philadelphia trailing the Ravens 10-3, the Redskins and the Cowboys. The back end of our NFL on Fox Sunday doubleheader coming up for most of you, with the exception of those here in the Baltimore area. Redskins and the Cowboys next, right here on Fox. Waiting back, 22, Deuce Staley, the rookie out of South Carolina. But Bobby Hoeing set to take the field in a moment. And we'll see if he can take the Eagles down the field as the ball is blown off the tee. Been a very conservative game plan today by John Gruden, the offensive coordinator of the Eagles, along with head coach Ray Rhodes, knowing that that man is making his first NFL start. His numbers solid. A lot of safe short passes. Only one real big gainer, and that was the hit for 27 yards to Irving Fryer.
You know, but I don't know. I really don't care what they are. 14 for 16 is 14 for 16. 141. You know, nobody cared when Montana and Young made their livings throwing short passes and having those high percentage. That's what the West Coast offense is about. Bottom line, there's no interceptions on that chart yet.
And he's been sacked 8 times.
That's got nothing to do with him.
kick, and there to back it up was Staley. And he brings it across the 35 all the way out to the 40-yard line. So very good field position for Hoying and the Eagles as the offense will take the field with 3:29 left to go. And Hoying will be sore tomorrow. This ain't like his days at Ohio State.
We talked about it. A lot of this doesn't have to do with him. It's coverage downfield, there's coverage, but this is the offensive line. A lot of different looks. We talked about that at the beginning of the game, some blitz packages, and they have been able to get pressure, which we knew they would do. But to prove to you that it is a lot of times better to take the sack than to throw that ball up, look at the score. 3-something left and you're still in it. And I don't think that Philadelphia needs to go into a panic type of 2-minute situation yet. They got a timeout left. They're going to stop it again with a 2-minute warning. They can run their offense.
Hoying back to throw, dumps it off to Turner, and he picks up a quick 7. Forward progress will take him to the 47-yard line. Clock continues to roll down to 3:20 and counting.
And that's what I mean. That's their offense. There's no reason to go into a panic mode yet.
Well, they're huddling up.
The return by Staley, and of course not a very good kick, should help a lot. And it has. That ball's near the 50-yard line.
Second down, and Hoying, a deep drop, steps up, looks down the field, lost on the sidelines to Turner, and he's dropped at the 27-yard line. Hoying just stopping in his tracks before getting to the line of scrimmage.
What a play. I thought it was close to that line of scrimmage. What a play. He started to take off and run with it. Now right near, that's about where the line of scrimmage is, 48-yard line. No. Great vision. We talked about it early, Tom. He showed it early. It wasn't a fluke. The kid sees a lot of things back there. Huge play.
4-yard gain. And the ball down at the Raven 27-yard line. And again, Hoying to throw. Fires to the far side. Caught on the far side of the field by Timpson. Clock continues to roll, and it'll take us down to the 2-minute warning.
I'm telling you, Bobby Hoying may be changing the course of this franchise right now.
Bobby Hoying, his first NFL start. His father, Vern Hoying, made the trip this morning.
It's nail-biting time, no, Dad.
But can Hoying get him in?
Miller Lite presents.
My name is John Tobias. I was born and raised in Jersey. But on Sundays, I drive 375 miles each way to see the Steelers. Go Steelers, right? I'm also superstitious, so I always wear the same shirt and hat and stay in the same room at the same hotel. And I never sit in my seat. I stand in the end zone. But after 8 hours in the car, probably doesn't have anything to do with superstition.
What was it?
I don't know. What do you mean? I'm not sure, but I think we should get out of here.
Some sports fans, and boy, do we have a great matchup for you today.
Introducing Nintendo Score 64 and win at Taco Bell. Just peel the coin off the lid, score 64, and you could win an N64 system, cash, or millions of other great prizes. And who knows who'll win the Porsche Boxster. It's Score 64 and win, only at Taco Bell.
Why is a detective from another network tracking down space aliens on Fox? Because it's the only place he can. On all new X-Files, tonight at 9, 8 Central.
Coming up, the NASDAQ Stock Market Post-Game Report. Bring you up to date on scores and highlights around the league. That's all next on the NASDAQ Stock Market Post-Game Report. The drama unfolding here for Bobby Hoying and the Philadelphia Eagles, trailing by 7. With 2 minutes to play, they're at the Raven 14. Waters a lone setback. Hoying a bullet over the middle, and it's caught by Fryer. First and goal at the 3.
And they didn't have the double on Fryer. If they had it, it came too late. The quick slant. Hey, that wasn't a little dunk ball. He fired this bad boy. 1, 2, 3, West Coast. There it is. Where's the double on Irving Fryer down there?
Bobby Hoying, 3 yards away from taking his team 60 yards down the field.
Waters has got to get off the field. He's trying. No.
And a give is to Garner.
Touchdown.
He leads. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Bobby Hoying did it.
He may have done it too quickly. And a minute 25 left, but Hoying, in his first NFL start in front of his father, many family members and friends have made the trip from St. Henry, Ohio, and now he needs a point after to tie the game. Boniol now on to try and tie the game.
How huge is this point?
Tommy Hutton, the holder. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and it's 10-10.
You get down there close enough, and then you got to put it in the running back's hands. You got to give it to your guy who you think can be the toughest inside, lower his head, drive your feet, and somehow in November, when you need it, at 4 and 6, get the ball across the goal line. Great vision by Garner. He beats a guy coming across, Burnett, who beat a block and gets in the end zone. As far as I'm concerned, Hoying did it before the score. He proved, like I'm saying, that percentage completion, I don't care what kind of passes they are. There's a lot of coaches in the NFL who look at a proud dad there who will take that percentage, short, long, medium, whatever.
And how about the final drive there?
He said something interesting. I don't mean to interrupt, Tom. He said something interesting talking about Hoying. I come from a big program. I'm used to the big crowds. I'm used to the national games. That says a lot. And that's why teams, when they go out and they look at quarterbacks on who they're going to spend the big money on, it weighs heavy on the program you came from. Did you see the big stuff? Did you see the big crowds, the big games, the big pressure? He's been in those big pressure situations at Ohio State.
So now Boniol to kick it away, a very short kick. It should be great field position. The ball is fumbled and then covered up at the 22-yard line by Ernest Biner. He dropped the ball and was able to cover it up. Well, you talk about the big program, playing in the big game. All right, we know Hoying has done that at Ohio State. Vinny Testaverde did the same thing during his collegiate days at Miami.
And the game is not over yet. That's the bottom line. With 3 timeouts on the board, the game is not over.
And the best field goal percentage kicker in the history of the game in Matt Stover.
Once again, the defense told Bobby Hoying it would be okay. We'll take care of it. You just run the course of the game, run the program, and we'll handle it. They got to handle it now.
One-handed catch out of the backfield made by Graham. And he's out to the 27-yard line. Clock continues to run. 1:11 to go. The Ravens have all 3 of their timeouts left. And you figure they need to get to the 37-yard line for a 55-yard field goal try. Testaverde will step out of bounds, stopping the clock with 54 seconds left at the 32. And again, if they can get it, Stover's career-long field goal is 55 yards, although this season he has not hit from 50 yards away. But if they get the ball roughly to the 37, 38-yard line, that means they would kick it from the 45 into a heavy wind.
That's the thing that I think about right away, the wind. I'm looking at this flag blow, and it is flying. He's going to be kicking into a stiff one.
Testaverde takes off.
He's got to run it again.
And he will. Good block there by Michael Jackson to seal off the outside as Testaverde gets to the sideline, stopping the clock, 45 seconds, and the ball at the 42-yard line.
Vinny Testaverde showing a lot of awareness. That's the flag we're talking about, the win. That would be directly or nearly directly into the face of a field goal attempt.
They only need to get about 19 more yards to at least get into the neighborhood of where Stover has hit from. But again, you mentioned that win. And Baltimore with all 3 timeouts remaining. Testaverde, plenty of time. Again, Graham out of there, rather Biner out of the backfield. And he's to the 47-yard line. And the Ravens will spend their first time out of the second half with 36 seconds to go. We remind you this game presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Baltimore Ravens and the National Football League is prohibited. 10-10 game, 36 seconds left. Hoying did it for the Philadelphia Eagles in his first start. And now can the 11-year veteran Vinny Testaverde do the same for his team in a game-ending win?
Well, the hard part, in a sense, is done. The ball's across the 50. Now it's a matter of alignment. Getting a couple more yards, getting closer, and keeping that ball as close to the middle of the field as possible. There's the run.
And a huge hole for Graham. He's all the way down to the 36-yard line. And they'll stop the clock with 30 seconds left. Baltimore 1 timeout remaining. So if they run another play, even if they have no gain, you're looking right now at basically a 54-yard field goal attempt. So they obviously would like a few more yards.
I still think they need another 10. We know about Stover. Like you said, I think they need to get up a little further. We know, you talk about Stover, but boy, that wind is something else.
Yeah.
And when a guy knows he's going up against a heavy wind, he comes out low. Now you're susceptible to the block.
Second down. At the 37-yard line, they come after Testaverde, who's in trouble. And he throws incomplete. He had an eye on Eric Green. Clock stops with 25 seconds left.
Don Strock there, the Ravens quarterback coach. Funny thing Testaverde said about Strock. 9 different quarterback coaches in 11 years I've had. That's the first one that didn't change a thing about my technique. And he went to the Pro Bowl last year.
Third down and a yard. Baltimore 1 timeout left. 10-10 game with 25 seconds left. And Graham up over 150 yards on the day, may not have gotten a first down. Swarming Philadelphia defense on 3rd and less than a yard. And what a huge play this would be if they deny on 3rd and 1, because then it would force that 50-plus field goal try.
That was just a great job by Philadelphia's defense of getting speed to the ball. I mean, you're talking about guys selling out, knowing that this is the one they got to stop. Well, he slipped a little bit before he got ready to take on Thomas. Look at the stalemate going on that other side over there. Looked like Connor was in.
Well, knowing the wind that Matt Stover is facing here, Ronnie, on 4th and a yard, Baltimore will keep its regular offense in the game. Right now, if they were to try the field goal,
it'd be a 52, 53, a little more.
About 55.
Yeah.
They have no timeouts. And the throw is incomplete on 4th down. Ryan Yarborough wanted pass interference.
They're not going to get it. Wow.
So the Ravens go for it on 4th down, and this.
Yarborough just going to come in on a quick slant. Boy, you can see Clark grabbed on that inside arm. He definitely grabbed on the inside arm.
Well, all that now is over and done. 14 seconds left, 10-10 game. They have one timeout remaining against Philadelphia. Do you let Hoying try and air it out one time?
They're going to go trips.
4 receivers in the game, 3 at the bottom of your screen. And Hoying, a quick slant throw to Irving Fryar, and he's out to the 46-yard line. Timeout Philadelphia, their final one of the game. And there are 7 seconds left, time enough for a Hail Mary.
That's their third and final timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout.
Boy, if Irving Fryar can get 8 more yards, they can even talk about field goal then. But look at this. Once again, the slant, and that ball's right where it's got to be.
Well, now Boniol has never been known as a long field goal kicker.
They got 2 choices. They go for the whole deal right now, or something very quick outside. If you get something very quick outside to get out of bounds to stop it, you're not going to get enough. You're not going to get close enough, I think, for the field goal.
Boniol's career long is 52 yards. Trips to the top of your screen. And 8 men back in coverage.
He's going to let it fly.
He's going to air it out for the end zone. And it's batted and incomplete in the end zone.
Well, if Mark Say gets up off the ground, that ball bounces right in his chest.
And we're headed for overtime. So Bobby Hoying, who made his first NFL start here today, takes his team down the field in the final 3 minutes and went in for a game-tying touchdown. Here's the Hail Mary, one final try.
Watch Mark Say, 81. Now, if he can stay on his feet, look what happened.
He got bumped by his own
That's
man.
what he's there for.
He got run over by Timpson.
That's how close it is.
Well, here you have, Ron, 2 teams that are fighting for their very postseason hope lives today. The rules in overtime. We'll have a coin toss. 15-minute
The overtime
quarter.
in the National Football League, just like the fourth quarter, except the first team to score wins. Each team has 2 timeouts. Philadelphia's visiting team, who's going to call the coin? Call it in the air, please. Tails. Tails is called. It's tails. Philadelphia has won the toss. They would like the ball. Turn around, gentlemen.
And obviously they're going to defend the goal to the left side, our left side, yours at home, because of that wind to try and knock down what could be a field goal try. We're going to overtime, 10-10 in Baltimore.
My name is Jim, and I am the beer man, and I'm proud to sell this Coors Light. So please do not call me beer dude. Don't yell beer jockey, barley boy, or suds buddy, and I'll be happy to pour you a frost brewed Coors Light. Stay away from Brew Brother, Captain Cup, and Sir Pour-A-Lot, and you'll get your Rocky Mountain refreshment faster than you can say Lager Lugger. I am beer man.
Hey, beer stud.
Coming.
There's the snap. Williams, wide open. Oh, he blew it. Here come the team doctors. This kid is tough as nails. Real professional. Are you hurt?
Yeah, I'm hurt. When people boo, it hurts my feelings.
Don't you think they have a right to boo?
No.
The ball hit you right in the numbers.
No, it didn't. I don't think the quarterback likes me.
Of course he likes you. The whole team likes you.
Why can't they feel my pain?
Post-incompletion stress disorder.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers.
Hey, turn that frown upside down. There you go.
This Fox NFL Overtime is brought to you by Snickers. Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Hungry? Why wait?
10-10 game at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. The Eagles and the Ravens. And Vern Hoying, a busy sports weekend for him. He has a daughter, Molly. They went to watch her play volleyball for Cleveland State at Bowling Green on Friday. Yesterday in Columbus, Ohio, for Bobby's younger brother Tom's final game as a tight end for the Buckeyes. And then chartered a plane this morning, came here to Baltimore to watch his son make his first NFL start. And Certainly he has to be elated as what his son did the final 3 minutes of the game. You see the all-time overtime records for these teams. Baltimore since moving from Cleveland. First possession in overtime for Hoying and the Eagles. High formation, he comes out throwing. And it's high and incomplete. He had an eye on Irving Fryer. A dangerous throw there under pressure.
What Hoying has to know and keep in mind, and I'm sure the staff has told him this, you don't play this any different than you played the rest of the game. Just because we're in OT, you know, actually it's better. You got a full quarter now. We don't have to go into a panic. Run the offense. Do what we've been doing. Read what you've been reading.
That time he to score wins.
Excuse me, Tom. That time he let one sail. That was probably the worst throw all day.
On the ground and looking for some running room, Charlie Garner. Boy, we have said very little about Ricky Watters today. Ricky Watters came in, as we mentioned, the 7th leading rusher in the NFC, and he has done next to nothing. 9 rushes, 24 yards for Watters.
I think it's clear they're not sure what they want to do. Ricky seems to be the guy with the finesse that if they want to throw it out of the backfield, then they do that. But Gardner seems to be the guy, if you want to pound it, run it inside hard, and can make a big play.
3rd down and 6.
Oh, there goes Mayberry.
Looked like Jermaine Mayberry.
Unless he was pulled.
Moved early, the left tackle. Boy, and what a difference.
False start, offense, number 71, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
What a difference, 3rd and 6 as opposed to 3rd and 16.
Yeah, well, now the difference is just a count early. Knowing McCrary's a speed guy around the outside, the difference is the aggression, the ability you can attack downfield with the ball.
3rd and 11.
You're backed up here.
So they back them up 5. And the blitz coming. They pick it up.
Nice pickup.
And Hoying throws, but it's incomplete. He had an eye on Michael Timpson, slightly underthrown.
Rondell Jones came from the safety position. Great call by Marvin Lewis, the defensive coordinator. Hadn't shown a whole lot from him.
So now Philadelphia 3 and out. It's first possession of the overtime, and Baltimore should get terrific field position as Hutton will punt from his own 5.
Coverage, coverage, coverage. Special teams, they got to get down.
Very poor kick by Hutton. And it will bounce out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
That win. I'm not sure it left his foot good. I don't know if the wind had anything to do with it. That looked nasty coming off his foot.
Only a 37-yard punt by Tommy Hutton, and he got about 8 of those off a Philadelphia bounce. So now Testaverde's turn. .13:33 to play in the overtime. Matt Stover was not given a chance in what would have been a 55-yard field goal try into the wind at the end of regulation. Jay Graham has had a huge day, his best day as a pro. In fact, more yards rushing today than in 10 games this season.
And one reason for it, you're using a 3 wide out system, 1 tight end. Either a defensive back has to be brought in or that linebacker has to walk out and cover. And there's Bam, no Bam. That means you're short in the box and stopping the run, and that's what's happened.
2nd down, and Testaverde to throw. Now he'll run. 1st down, slides to the Philadelphia 40.
The coverage good downfield. Here's what Vinny Testaverde's going to look at. Thomas getting in there just late on the outside. Watch here, checking out Vincent and Willie Clark. This is man-to-man. So Willie Clark has run with that all day long. He's got help over the top. That's called a 2-man. Everybody underneath, help up top.
Graham inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. He's stopped there by Zordich along with Dawkins. 12-10 to go in the overtime. Stover getting ready. They don't need a lot more to give him a chance with a great leg and a stiff wind behind him.
Approaching the area now, Emmett Thomas, the defensive coordinator, is going to start thinking about being aggressive with some blitzes, doing some things with some defensive backs, getting it on the quarterback.
Second and 8, and again it's Graham. And he bulls his way to the 32-yard line, a couple of yards short of the first down. If they're able to convert and maybe get 5-6 more yards out of this possession, they have a strong chance of giving Stover a good chance.
Yeah, and the Eagles came up in an 8-man front there, but this is just pounding the ball out. And everybody wants a guy that can run inside hard. 2 hands on the ball, absolutely. 156.
Third down and 2. Mamula nearly jumped offside.
Yeah, they're pointing at Green. They're trying to say that he moved.
And dropped in the backfield. What a play defensively by the rookie, Edward Jasper. 5-yard loss.
That's what we're talking about. They got to start doing something. Pick a gap, shoot it. You may be wrong. Who cares? There he is right there. They just don't get him sealed down. That's a great play.
Well, they're sending
out a punt team.
If they tried the field goal from right where they are, it would be a 54-yard attempt. So you can understand maybe why not, because then
they're going to have that ball. It's a field position game. You know, it's all about the real estate. And they've played this game all game long. We saw the punts in the first half. Hey.
Philadelphia has called a timeout.
I'm not sure I know or understand why. I mean, I can understand maybe if you want to try to line up and maybe go after it, but I don't know if you blow a timeout there and you only got 2. Now you only got 1.
Well, I guess Ray Rhodes thinking here, and you can certainly understand that, I mean, a timeout, what does it truly mean anyway in overtime? You can't fall behind and then need to drive down the field before the clock lines out, because if the other team scores, you lose.
Yeah.
But of course it does give, Ron, as you point out, it does give at least Ted Marchibroda a chance to think about going for a field goal rather than punting. There you see the owner, Art Modell.
Well, I'd say nothing fires you up like when your owner comes out publicly and says, you didn't get the job done. And guess what? They're going for it. But at the time the timeout was called, they were lined up ready to punt.
Well, Ronnie, we bring up a great point. Why the timeout? It gave Ted Marchibroda an extra 30 seconds to think about fourth down.
Sure did.
And now they're going to go for it on fourth down.
That might have been one of those deals with the rope, you know, give somebody just enough rope.
Right?
I don't know, boy. That's
10:26 to play in the overtime. It's a 4th and 7 upcoming. Baltimore has gone for it on fourth down twice already in the game and converted successfully once. They need to get to the 30-yard line. So really closer to 4th and 6 rather than 4th and 7.
Whew. Look at everybody up on the line of scrimmage. Look at the white shirts on the line of scrimmage.
And they're coming after Testaverde. He can't get it away, and down he goes.
Of course he couldn't. That was a 9-man blitz. Did you see all the white shirts? Emmett Thomas, we knew sooner or later, defensive coordinator. Look at this. I thought it was a punt formation. There's nobody back there. And they put the onus on the secondary. They said, you got to cover. And it goes back to what Ray Rhodes said in practice. I'm challenging each guy to step up man-to-man and play and beat your man. He said, corners, you got to cover. We're bringing everybody up, and we're going to snuff them.
And great field position to begin this drive for Bobby Hoying in the Philadelphia offense. This is Ricky Waters, and nowhere to run. He lost a yard. Well, there's always so many different ways to go about it if you're a head coach. Ray Rhodes there we're talking about, was a timeout a good idea, a bad idea? Depends on what happens more times than not.
Yeah, but you know what, though? You're playing with the whole quarter.
Right.
You have to assume you're going to have, I don't know, if you have the ball, you have to assume you're going to have time with the ball. Oh, boy.
Hoying checking off.
Uh-oh. Now the Ravens call a timeout.
Play clock was down to 3. And after Hoying checked off at the line of scrimmage, the Ravens call timeout. 9:40 to play in the overtime. Each of these teams at 4 and 6. We'll be right back. Away and no score very early into the game. Hoying will throw. Waters a terrific catch down to the 16.
He's in bounds.
And he's in bounds to run. He did pick up the first down. And now Hoying will bring him up to the line of scrimmage, spike the ball, and give Boniol a chance. And Boniol now has to race off the field.
He's got time to do it. He's got to make sure everybody's setting off.
And the clock stops with 5 seconds left, and a flag is down.
Were they set? See, Tom, I thought they were getting a little risky with this. A little risky with this, playing with it. I'm thinking line up and go for this thing.
Well, Boniol and the entire field goal unit came racing out onto the field.
They didn't know that the chains had been moved, and he had time to go ahead and clock the ball. That's the problem. And now they're going to push him back. And
if this is an offensive
they're going to run it off.
The game will be over.
They're going to run it off.
Because they would have to run off 10 seconds from the clock.
The offensive team had an illegal formation at the snap. On the left side of the line, there was not an eligible receiver. That's a 5-yard penalty. It did not prevent the snap. So there's still 5 seconds left of the clock.
Right. There's a difference. It did not
prevent the snap. Okay, that's the difference. If it had, that would have been a runoff of 10 seconds. But now,
the line of scrimmage is the 18-yard line. Boniol will try, or the 20-yard line, after they back him up from the penalty. It goes to the 22. And this will be a 40-yard field goal attempt by Chris Boniol, who tries to win it for Philadelphia in overtime. Hutton the holder, Boniol the kicker. It is up, it leaks wide right. And the game ends in a 10-10 tie.
Need I say it? Special teams once again.
That's the first time in the NFL.
We said that Boniol had to kick into that gusting wind right into his face.
The next home game is next Sunday, November 23rd against the Arizona.
So that is our Energizer play of the game as Philadelphia, led by Bobby Hoying, gets in field goal position, but Boniol pushes it wide right.
You can see the reaction here by Rhodes. Boy, he knew.
And for Chris Boniol, who left Dallas to come and win games for Philadelphia, when it left his foot, it started fading off to the right. And we end the first overtime game-ending tie in the NFL since 1989. For Ron Pitts, Tom Brenneman, so long from Baltimore. 10-10 the final. Coming up next, game 2 of our doubleheader, except for those of you in Baltimore. The Redskins take on the Cowboys. And what a wild one here today. Bobby Hoying, terrific in his first NFL start, but the Eagles can't come away with a victory. You've been watching the NFL on Fox. Back after this message from your local Fox station.